Now we're live.
Hi. Yes, we're live. We're live. We're live.
Yes, we're
Hello,
live.
everyone. Welcome again to our gathering of would-be heroes. I'm talk with these things stuck in my ears. This is a Dungeons and Dragons. Dungeons and Masters. My game. You're just playing it. 5th edition campaign game full of swords, sorcery, magic, giants, dragons, and all kinds of monsters. As a warning, this is a game that can also explore mature themes. And while we'll be specifically avoiding some topics, the game may still include body horror, gore, violence, loss of character agency, gaslighting, mind control, and other topics. Our players have discussed consent and boundaries, and we collectively avoid situations that may be triggering. The players will always let me know if anything gets uncomfortable by using yellow and red flags in our private chat. If you, as a viewer, ever feel uncomfortable or triggered, please pause and step away. Our streams will be available on YouTube after the game, and you can always come back to an episode if you're ready. So, before we jump into it, let's introduce our cast. Starting with, I don't even have a thing in front of me right now. Sarah.
Hi, everybody. I'm Sarah, she, her. Happy Pride Month continued. And I will be playing Isamina Lascelle, the cleric of kind of sorts, maybe. We're still discussing it. And yeah.
Zev.
Hi everyone, I'm Zev, he, him. I play Marcos Lasalle, Paladin of Vathras. Currently doing the statue challenge.
Now, I'm trying to figure out the rest of the name because it's down low. Wizard Badass.
Who throws
What's
rocks?
the last word I can see?
I think that's me. I'm a wizard badass who throws rocks. Hi, I'm Jacqueline, she,
Who
her,
throws rocks?
and
There it
I
is.
play a wizard badass who throws rocks. Dr. Rosenthal, he, him. He's currently on the fast track to being able to use improvised weapons proficiently.
Be an extra +2 to throw
That
rocks.
would be real nice.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Zach.
I am Zachary Naldret, he, him. I'm playing Zahana, the Night Elf, half elf ranger. And there's going to be details flashing right around here that will repeat throughout the screen because we have these lovely name tags that switch off repeatedly.
Excellent. So you may not be Zana or Zahana for all of the night. You might be Zana.
Well, if things change, I'll let you know. I'm sure you'll figure it out eventually.
Steve.
I'm Steve. I am playing Malik Greybeard, the Dragonborn Barbarian who actually has a gray beard because of reasons. They're important reasons, and I'll get into those later.
Enough. And Jazz will be with us soon. We've decided to jump ahead because everybody's eager to go up a level. I mean, what?
Several levels, in fact.
Yeah. If we survive, we'll get a horde of magic and experience points. So, when last we saw our heroes rousing themselves from their long rest in the barricaded library, our would-be heroes emerged to find the band of kobolds waiting for them outside their door, and not a trench coat in sight. Interrogated by their apparent leader, Sneck by name, our heroes willfully allowed themselves to be led deeper into the temple towards a mysterious figure known to the kobolds as Oberon. The party entered a chamber with strange markings and scratches on the walls, and encountered a suit of plate mail that animated and attacked them. At this stage, it was noticed that the bulk of the kobolds didn't follow them to the door, and it was decided to close the door and cut Sneck off from his companions. Not only cut him off, but also to cut him down. In the ensuing chaos, however, with everyone's attention on the animated armor and the beating that Dr. Rosenthal was receiving from it, Sneck the kobold vanished. Many bumps and bruises later, the animated armor was defeated, and the kobolds, unable to force their way into the room, were challenged and routed by a massive hammer swing and an angry dragon. From them, taking a momentary respite to catch their breath, our adventurers heard the click-clack of footsteps approaching from deeper within the temple. from the direction they were heading. Some thrown rocks, harsh words, and mistrust later, it was Marcos and Izamina who took the lead and approached the figure, a tall man in robes who demanded the reason for their presence in his temple. The mysterious figure wasted no time in casting a spell on Marcos, holding him in place and signaling to everyone that whatever was happening, our would-be heroes were not witnesses. And that is where we left off, right in the middle of initiative. So, the man in robes casts a spell, and Marcos rolls into the spot. If I remember correctly, on the wording of the spell, you get to make a saving throw on the turn.
Great. Which is not going to be for a while because I think I had the lowest
That was also
initiative.
true. End of your turn. Okay. So then we will skip to Rosenthal.
What? Already?
Think so. Oh no, you moved up. So I have wrong numbers then. Okay.
I thought I
You've
was
got
later in
s-
initiative.
Normally with a 20, you're right. Rosenthal would be up. No, Rosenthal's got an 8. I'm looking at the wrong one. So it's Zanel, Malik, Izamina, Sahana, Rosenthal. And then we
Saving
finally
throw.
Right.
get to Marcos.
Right. Okay.
Eventually.
There it is. There it is. So Hannah, I had written them down wrong. My order bad. Terrible. So Hannah, it's your turn.
Yes. Zanel should be. Who is not.
Isn't Zanella 23?
Zanel is the 23. Sahana
Yeah,
is
Zanel
the
was
8.
first. Like high up on the order.
Yeah, yeah.
Frickin'
And,
monks, man.
Abramo just went. So
Yeah,
he
is
was
it-
after Izamina.
Oh, okay. I thought I didn't realize where we were. So okay.
Halfway through initiative.
Does what happens to Marcos show a visible? Like, can I see something's going on?
His, I don't know, his back gets a little more ramrod straight.
Yeah, I think.
Give me
I
an
think
Arcana
the
check.
question was, can we tell?
Well,
I mean,
Ouch.
he is on the other.
Insight?
Ouch.
According to the map, he is on the other side of like my view of him is blocked by Rosenthal and Izamina. So I like.
None of you are getting health potions in your stockings this winter.
I guess I'll move up as far as I can.
Sure.
To see what's going on, because I'm sure I overheard the conversation that led up to this moment. And it looks like I can just barely see a figure. So I guess I'm going to shoot past Rosenthal at it.
Are you now?
Do it.
I mean, that's what the attempt is going to be. Whether or not that happens is a different question.
Sure.
That probably doesn't happen.
Well,
That is a 9.
that is not a hit. Fire an arrow into the darkness. You're not sure if you sidestepped. Not sure if Rosenthal backed up and bumped your bow. It's terrible. Something happened. You missed. You didn't hear an outcry at any rate. Dr. Rosenthal.
Now it's my turn. Alright. Let's see. I can see this guy. I've thrown my last rock already. So it sounds like it's time for a magic missile.
What? What? A magic missile.
Is that an offensive spell?
Yeah. And I think, yeah. So I'm gonna cast magic missile.
To be fair, though, Malik thought that you were throwing magic missiles the entire time.
And let's see, there's three
The
of
only going to blow
them.
Malik's mind is the fact that there's an actual spell called Magic Stone.
That
There
is
is.
almost max. That is 14.
Dang.
That is almost max.
14 damage.
And same thing as usual, they're like bright white quills.
So Marcos, in your rigor, rigor, you see basically these spectral white glowing quills kind of fly out in different directions, almost like they're guided missiles, and they sort of explode into arcane force. And
Okay.
the robed, hooded figure is taken aback and quite surprised at the ferocity of this spell. You said 11 damage?
Oh, he's gonna be real surprised in a minute.
I think it was 14.
14. Excellent.
Failure check.
Okay. Okay. I'm looking with one screen today. It's turn. Marcos.
I'm going to try and save.
Stand there defiantly.
Yes. I'm just gonna glare at him.
Strike a pose.
I'm already posed. I was frozen in the middle of trying to step.
Someone reaches behind you and like pulls your arms down, so you're standing there.
Yes.
I am standing behind him. I've got like my hand on his shoulder. I'm like, go, go. You're supposed to be going now. Hello. Why aren't you moving yet? Come on.
Knock, knock, knock.
Wisdom saving throw. I mean, if you're not going to do anything else.
Nothing else I can do. Well, I'm being paralyzed.
That's what I'm being a dick. I'll admit it.
Nope.
I actually saw that. That's awesome.
Hurt him more so he
What?
loses concentration, damn it.
Oh yeah, sorry. That's a good point. I should roll that. That's only fair.
That was a 3 + 2, you guys. That was a
Shush.
5. So
Shush.
I'm telling the statistician. That's relax, buddy.
Statistician does not need to know how bad I just
Thanks,
rolled.
thanks
She
for the bit
does.
sucks rules, but
She does not.
unfortunately it does not help with the saving throw.
I'm just trying to remember.
We should put in a rule like that. If it's like 100 bits, it should like add 1 to the saving throw.
Pity
I mean-
bits.
+1 saving
Double
throw.
proficiency. It should be double proficiency for
Just
100
pity
bits.
bits. I will take pity bits. Give pity.
Pity bits. We have to stop saying that. It sounds like something else.
That's like
I
what we were
wasn't gonna
talking
say
about
anything.
before the stream, Steve.
Just say it 10
Okay.
times fast. See what happens.
Deplatform. Wow.
Terrible. You get one use of it, and then we have to move our PG-13 up. That's how it worked. You get one
So-
F-bomb, and that's it.
We get one curse a stream, or is it one curse a campaign?
I think it's per
We've already
stream. Yeah, it's-
we've already gone over that per campaign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Please
To
tell
be
me it's a
fair,
beat of
I've
14.
probably gone over that with.
It's yeah, oh, for sure. It's Zanel's turn, right?
It is. Zanelle's turn, yes.
Okay. Zanelle, I'm just gonna play her because she sent me 30 boxes of Jiffy cornbread mix. She spent more in shipping than she did in cornbread mix. But thank you, Jazz. I miss you. And as soon as I can get down to your area, I'm coming to say hi. Okay. She is a dope ass monk. So she has 40 feet of movement, which, if I'm counting correctly,
pretty dope.
and I think that I am, confirm for me that that looks like 35 feet to everybody of her movement.
I'd
She
say
is going to
so.
move
Yeah.
right there next to. I can't move her.
I can. Hold on.
Or maybe I can. No, I am set up as a co-GM from the night that I was streaming. So I did move her. And she is going to pop. Checking to make sure she does have key points.
Yeah,
So
does she have
she's
pop-up?
going to do flurry of blows as part of her action. So I can't roll for her. That's really annoying because I'm not the GM on D&D Beyond. So I am going to
I'll get it.
roll. Okay.
Mike, roll high or Jazz will never forgive you.
For unarmed strike. So she'll get basically 3 unarmed strikes is what she's doing here.
Unarmed strike.
Okay,
Nice.
D&D
Nice.
Beyond feature request.
Wham.
Make co-GMs on D&D Beyond campaigns. That would be killer. So she's a +5 to hit. I don't see the rolls. Mike, you'd be
You
the
don't see
only
the
one who
rolls?
sees them. No, you'd be
Oh,
the only one
okay.
who sees
Yeah,
them
no.
because you're the GM.
I see
That's
it.
very
It's an
interesting.
18 plus 5 twice.
Oh,
Yeah. Twice. And
That's a
then
lot.
the flurry of blows gets another one. If it rolls an 18 again, I'll be very annoyed. Oh, 17. There it is. So 23, 23, and 22. So
okay. So she hit with all. So her damage is
Whammy, whammy.
basically 3d4 plus 9 because she hit with all 3.
Oop.
Good job, Zanelle.
DM is like rocking this. That's a little better. Jeez. I don't want to kill my big bad.
See, that's part of why I think that
Serious.
17
17
points of
total
damage.
points of damage.
Awesome.
That's
Beautiful
awesome.
job.
Wow.
bam.
Dope ass monk.
He's visibly shaken.
And he should have to make a con
He's
roll
making a con save.
3. He should have to do 3, right? Because if he rolls like a 1 on any of them, Marcos is free. It's 3 separate attacks.
If he rolls lower than a 10, basically. Which he did not. Rolled a 14, a 10, and an 18. So close, but no.
Okay.
He is still maintaining the hold. Malik.
All right,
Is it? Oh yeah, go ahead.
time for some
Is it
dope,
what?
dope barbarian shit. Oh, that's not what I wanted to click on. So I'm gonna come up here, like so,
Uh-huh.
and I'm just gonna give him a little tap.
Just a little tap tap.
Little
He casts small at first level.
tap tap taparoo. It's a cantrip. I don't need a first level spell slot.
Nice. That's the most powerful
That
cantrip
right
I've
there
ever seen.
is one of them natural 20s.
Hey,
Me free.
big fan.
Oh, kablama blam. That is a 19 points of damage.
Jeez.
And on the way by, for comedic effect, I'd like to accidentally hit Zev's character and just have him kind of go tunk against the wall behind him.
Wait, I'm behind him. Did he just like?
Wait, you throw me back?
No, accidentally
Sort
just
of
like nudge you, so you like kind of go from.
shoulder nudge.
He's a big guy. There's not much room for him to get through. Somebody's getting bumped into. It just
Yeah.
happens.
Marcos is a
You
big
accept
guy
this.
too. They can't coexist
Exactly.
in the same corridor.
Exactly. That's why Marcos is the one that gets bumped.
Yeah, I'm trying to sneak through this area here. Oh, not that. Like that
I
area
mean,
right there.
Dr. Rosenthal, he just gets stepped over.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
yeah, I'm thin as a rail.
my head's just laying against the wall. Shield still at an
You
angle,
just, like,
spear
go-
level, just meh.
You're just like super straight, and then you like lean up against the wall.
Yeah, I'm at an angle.
You're
Nice.
softly resting your head on Isamina's shoulder.
No, my
Do I
my
get an
head's just
AC
right under the
bonus because
torch.
he's a giant shield?
Yeah.
You are in fact behind cover. Yes.
Is-
And if
yes.
anybody's in front of you, you do get a bonus.
Is there a meat shield bonus?
I equal +2 AC.
So, how did his saving throw go on getting tapped upside the head with the maul?
That was 19 damage, if I remember correctly.
He would get
It
minus
has
on
to
it, probably.
be. It has to be more than half, right? So he has to roll a 10 or better.
He still has to roll a 10 or better.
Yeah.
You gotta do a 16. Crazy amounts of hit point damage in order to actually make a guy like, seriously fear for his Constitution saving throw. Which is why I think they set the base at 10 just to make it fair. But yes, he's unimpressed by all of you at this point. He
Really?
just wants to know why you're in his temple and you just like come in here and start swinging like murder hobos.
We gave him the chance to
Just-
talk.
Disappointed.
To be fair, I'm the murder hobo. Dr. Rosenthal is actually dressed fairly nicely, and so I think is the rest of the party. I'm kind of not.
I mean, I'm in homemade armor, and so
I look like I haven't showered in weeks.
We're just lucky you three are wearing pants.
Okay, I'm trying to help you out, guys.
I have not murdered anyone yet.
I've murdered a lot of people.
I've killed things, they just weren't people.
Oh,
Keep hitting him.
yeah, we're having like a debate on if we're murder hobos, and like Marcos is still leaning up against the wall. Like,
Well, I'm waiting for Sarah to see what Isamina's gonna do.
Is it my? Did Mike say it's my turn?
Izamina.
Fantastic. Izamina stuck, wedged between a Marcos and a hard place, is just going to like point her finger out as best she can around all of the giant dudes that are blocking her path from being able to do what she needs to do. So annoyedly, she is going to cast Sacred Flame, which is a cantrip. So he has to make a dex saving throw of 13.
Dex saving throw of 13.
Not gonna do it.
Yeah, this will be the one he
He
fails.
does not do it. I rolled a 10. His dexterity is not high.
Hey, and that's a full damage of 8
Nice.
all I'm
from
saying
that
is,
radiant damage there.
Jeez, he's
That's
just
a
taking
lot
a
of-
beating from you people.
Yeah.
all I'm saying is, if he had 2 levels in barbarian, he'd get advantage on that dex saving throw.
Let's not give the bad guys any ideas, Malik, but I appreciate your effort to try and help everybody.
We only fight barbarians from now on.
That's an A for effort. And for my bonus action, I am going to harness my power, breathing deeply, and regain a spell slot as part of my order domain. And I'm going to stay hidden behind Marcos
Now,
because
What is
that works for me.
what is the command to alter your when you make a measurement?
It to make him
shift?
to make him Q.
Q. Okay. Just for Q.
Q, where? Get off
Q.
my ship.
And here's your Roll20 top tip from your friends at Would Be Heroes. When you are using the ruler action tool in Roll20, you can press Q at any point to change the direction of the ruler so that you can make some complex measurements when you are navigating around a tight battlefield such as this one.
Okay.
Art Herd Studios in the chat talking about how the small areas that we're in are kind of the detriment to the party.
It's true.
Yeah.
Like, I cast
Art-
Burning
Art Herd Studios?
Hand, never mind.
This is when that all gnome halfling party really shines.
Yeah.
You
They're
know,
just
I did
bouncing off the
suggest
walls
all
like it's in here.
kobolds.
He's sort of bleeding out of one corner of his mouth from all the punching and all the mauling and various spells that have hit him. He's like, enough! And he casts. He's a warcaster, so he can do this.
Did he say fireball? No.
No, he's a priest. But it sort of summons this, and it's almost like the air inside, in the covert of his hands, sort of almost starts spiraling onto itself, and he hurls it to the ground, and it blossoms into this blowing maelstrom of wind that pushes through Zanel up into. Let me just draw it here. Brilliant.
Nope.
Nice
Don't like
color
that.
like gray. So basically, it just starts here, and it sort of just flies down into this massive curtain of wind that hits all of you, and it's sort of like, despite yourselves, you're, including Marcos, suddenly starting to move, but now you're starting to be moved by this immense column of wind. Everyone make a strength saving throw.
Oh,
Do I get to
strength.
do that with advantage from being hidden behind the Marco shield?
Well, I automatically
one, he's moving
fail,
now,
So
and secondly, and more importantly, it's going around it.
14.
8.
12. Oh. And I'll roll.
Man, we all
Now
suck at
gets-
strength saving throws today.
Danelle gets a +2 to hers.
We
So
spend all of our
Danelle's-
luck on hitting him, not
Danelle's
moving.
is
Sorry.
8.
10, I get a +2 to my. I forgot I get a +2 to my saving throw for strength. Which I find odd, but okay, I'll take it.
I'll get to roll.
Yes, you do.
No, I'm paralyzed.
No, you're not.
Automatic. Yeah, he paralyzed.
It might be a
No, no,
No, it's a
concentration
different spell.
If it's a
Concentration
concentration spell, he has to drop the spell on you to cast the other
He
spell.
drops the whole person to do it.
Yes. Beauty.
So yes, you get to roll.
Fuck. Nope. +3 modifier, got a 6. That is the second 3 I've rolled in a row in case our.
So, Malik got a 14.
In case our statistician needs to know.
What did everyone
Yeah.
get again?
14.
Malik got a 14. Izamina got a 12. Zanelle got an 8.
I got a
And
10.
it
Danelle
goes
has
downhill
12
from
as
there.
well.
And I got a 6.
Doctor.
10.
Wow. Fail across the board.
You know, I should have gotten a death pastry today. I'm sure things would be going fine.
Ooh.
Yeah. This is all because you didn't get the death pastries.
We
Oh,
were
that's
out
fine.
of death pastries.
Ooh.
Oh. Jeez. Okay. If there was ever a time that you wanted your DM to fudge a roll, this would be it.
Oh no.
No,
It's
don't
not
fudge
that
it.
bad.
Let's go.
Everyone
TPK.
takes 19 points of bludgeoning damage.
TPK.
Never
I'm
mind.
out. Bye, cleric. Zanelle has 1 left.
I've got 3.
Mm. And just even the stones are and all the dirt and detritus on the ground, all the tapestries on the walls, torn as they are sort of whipping in the wind. And this massive gale force that immediately just started and just. Interestingly enough, it doesn't say anything about knocking anyone to the ground or even moving them. It's just sort of this massive punching blast of wind.
Which drops everyone to 0 XP or HP except for Malik and Marcos.
Zanel has 1 point left.
Dang.
Great.
All right, so Nell's not showing up in the. There we go. Never mind. I didn't realize there was a second thing on D&D Beyond. So,
Wait, there's a second thing.
on the overlay on D&D Beyond, it
Oh, yeah.
shows doesn't
Oh,
show
yeah.
Zanel. There's a little button that you have to click to get over there.
Yeah, because we have 6 people. So we need Oy vey.
Oh,
I'm sure we'll figure it out a way to get around that somehow.
I think that was his big hit, though.
I hope. Because if he has another one like that, oh dear God.
Well, I mean, technically he does, but
Alright.
you know.
I don't think he's going to get that far.
So, where are we? Zahana is down.
Do I get like a death saving throw or something, or
You
You
will.
do.
On your turn, you'll
That-
roll a d20.
that? Yeah, well, it is my turn, so yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
don't roll a 1.
I did not roll a 1.
Excellent.
Do I get any like proficiency or anything on a death save?
No,
I got a 6,
No.
so that is
That's
a
a.
fail.
Fail.
That's a fail.
That's not good.
Dr.
That's not
Rosenthal?
good. I don't like it.
I just need to let everybody know that I'm down, and if I sustain another hit, I will automatically die.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I only had 8.
Oh,
That's
no.
19 though, so
You pass.
I get
Right.
1
All right.
success.
All right.
You got 1. Marcos?
Okay. Fuck. One question before I make my move.
Uh-huh.
This spot. That's not enough room for someone to stand in, right?
I mean, theoretically you could. I guess that all depends on what you prioritize.
Fuck.
Zev, while you're
Yeah.
thinking for a second, Mike, can I ask you a question?
Shoot.
This attack that this dude just made,
Uh-huh.
it's an area effect, like it's an attack against somebody specific that hit everybody? Or
It's a weird sort of mutable. You can make the wall up to 50 feet long, 15 feet high, and 1 foot thick, shaped in any way you choose, so long as it makes a continuous path along the ground.
Wouldn't it have
Right.
hit him, though?
so
In order
My-
to get Zanel and then get the rest of us, it probably would have had to hit him.
I mean, I can draw it like a straight diagonal from Sanel to you, and it doesn't hit him at all.
or even in that middle. Here's the reason why I'm asking.
Uh-huh.
Zanel has Sentinel, which means if somebody makes an attack on somebody other than her, she can attack them as a reaction. But was this an attack on everybody?
This was an attack essentially on everybody.
Then
Which includes
I
her.
see what-
so
I see what
she
you're
doesn't
saying.
get this Sentinel.
This,
I do appreciate the
It's a wall of it's essentially like putting up a defensive wall.
Yeah.
So it's
There is.
Technically not an attack. You can just put the wall right on top of us, so that we automatically have the effect of the being in the wall.
I'm just gonna wait on DM's roll. No pressure. I just thought I'd bring it up because every little point matters when 3 of the people are down. That's my thinking.
When hit a creature with an opportunity attack, speed becomes 0. Creatures revoke opportunity attacks from you, even if they take the disengage action. A creature within 5 feet of you makes an attack against a target other than you, and that target doesn't have this feat. You can use a reaction to make a melee weapon attack against the target. Attack the creature. It's not technically an attack.
Okay.
What you'd be looking for is Mage Slayer.
Yeah, you got that.
When you have within 5 feet of you cast a spell, you can use your reaction
Yeah,
to make a melee
she
weapon.
doesn't have that. Okay, I just thought I'd ask, and also to buy
No,
Zev
that's
some
fair.
time to
Yeah.
do some planning.
I'm going to
Sneaky.
Marcos reaches back and down, and he's going to kind of feel around and then pat like Izamine on the cheek and 5 points of healing.
What a champ.
Which is all of the healing I am capable of.
Great. Just take it.
And then with my 3 hit points of awesomeness, I'm going to. He's just going to squeeze himself into this corner, back to the wall, and that's my turn.
Ooh. Back up to Zanel.
Okay. Zanel is going to do what she does best, and she is
Fascinating
going to use...
subpoint.
Oh no.
The wind wall of spell does not have a continued damage. It has an initial damage when it hits you. After that,
Yeah.
apparently there is no continued damage. Once you start your turn in the area of effect, apparently it does not continue to damage you.
Good.
Okay, that's great.
So you're all
she's-
going to live.
She's going
Good.
to work her way through
That is yet to be
to
determined.
the side, where just on the other side of that wind wall in her little box area there.
I mean,
And
at this point, she has advantage because she's flanking
yes,
with Marcos.
so she's gonna use her other key point and do flurry of blows again. So 3 more attacks.
Cool. All that.
Knock the crap
No,
out of him.
Zev.
Unarmed
No.
strike.
3 unarmed strikes, please.
That is a miss with a 10. This one is an 11, so that is a miss. Come on, Zanel. You can do it. There it is.
Okay.
It was an 8. I swear it literally popped up an 8 and then it bounced and it was like,
It's
no,
a
I'll give you
natural
20.
20,
Natural
you
20.
guys. Natural 20. So she will do. And all of those were rolled with advantage.
Oh, my
Uh,
bad. So we'll take the first 2 as the first attack. So the second attack is a
Yeah,
Natural
you can't let
20.
it go up.
I
So
don't know if you want to roll that
perfect.
one again.
No. So give me
So-
2 more for the next attack.
The final attack. That's a hit, so let's go crit fishing with it. Let's not. That's the 8 that should have happened last time. We got a regular
Also-
hit.
And a critical hit.
Great. So then that is 3d4 plus 6.
Just has to hit the button to roll it.
I should have rolled the damage when I did because it popped it back up. So just roll it here. 2 plus 3 is 5. And this one. Okay, come on. What is that? Second D4. 5, and then 3 plus 3 is 6.
Okay. 4,
Nothing ever.
7, and 6.
Let's
So
roll
another
it. And another D4.
and
8.
another d4. Okay. So 13 points.
13 whole points. He is not looking good.
13 points, and she's out of key points now.
He's out of key points.
And that was her action and bonus action.
Bam! Pulls around, pulls his whole Chuck Norris roundhouse kick. Just comes off and cracks him in the jaw. It follows up. Nice big haymaker. Boom. Staggering him. And he's like, oh, no, you don't understand. Malik.
Don't we, though? Is his AC 18?
No.
Is it higher than
It's
18?
higher than 18.
Oh, hell's
It is
bells.
higher than 18?
It's higher than 18.
How is he higher than...
Okay, I'm going to drop that F-bomb.
Actually, wait a minute. You know what? No, he doesn't have a shield. No, it is. 18 hits. My mistake.
Okay.
The way I described him, he didn't have his shield.
I'm going to backtrack just a little bit. And I'm going to rage. He's making me angry.
While we're on this. Rah!
Lowest possible damage I could do. That is 7 total.
But if you're raging plus...
Yeah, well, that is with the rage bonus. I rolled 2 ones.
He only had 3 left.
That's okay. I'm going to keep hitting him.
So you're just like, rah! Boom. Just follow through, just a straight crack. His head rocks backwards, collapses against the wall, and appears to be down for the count.
And the wind dissipates, I'm guessing.
And the wind dissipates. All the tapestries flutter back down. All the dust sort of starts settling. All the rocks fall.
Is Zahana still down? And is Rosenthal still down?
Yes and yes.
Yeah, I'll keep throwing.
No. I have a. Okay.
Spare the dying.
The word you're looking for is cantrip.
I can do, spare the dying on both of them.
One.
Does anybody have any healing potions? Because I only have 1 healing spell. I can bring up one or the other, not both.
I do not.
I have nothing.
Do we know if Zahana, have we ever seen Zahana use a healing spell?
No.
No.
I don't
Ye-
talk with animals.
He healed Marcos
That's true.
after the
Right.
ogre
Okay.
attack.
Yes.
Great. Then I am going to cast cure. I'm going to dump a cure wounds into.
Chain healing.
That's 7 points of healing for Zahana.
Hooray!
I'm just gonna lean over him and go, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna hurt. Go slow. Don't stand up too quick. You're gonna get dizzy. But if you could I'm gonna take your hand and I'm just gonna lay it over top of Dr. Rosenthal. If you just stay laying down, don't hurt yourself. If you could just dump a healing touch or like whatever it is that you do to help somebody out that's unconscious, that would be really useful right now.
So I'm a little jealous that my healing spell heals more than what I got healed for. Let me just make sure I did that right. No, I rolled the wrong thing. Hold on. It's supposed
Not
to be
pictured. Izamina killing him because no one else should be healing more than.
Don't care.
That's 9 points of health for cure wounds.
Nice.
Hey.
Great. Awesome.
Kind of
awesome,
rub salt
awesome.
into that wound is that because Dr. Rosenthal has lower maximum hit points, it actually makes a bigger percentage.
It does,
Beautiful.
yes. Both more total and in percentage.
Exactly.
I have more
Beautiful.
now than before I got hit. So
Yeah.
Lovely. All I care about that everybody's up.
Everybody's
Malik,
beaten to hell.
he is down. Malik, tie him up. Do something. I will cast Spare the
No.
Dying on him as well, keeping him unconscious
But
but
why?
alive.
Sure.
they're not hobo murderers.
Because
You're not a
we
hobo
kept-
murderers? That's
we
good.
kept his two henchmen alive to kind of figure out what was going on. Why wouldn't we keep the boss man alive
Yeah,
to figure
gonna-
out what's going
Because
on
he's
and where our people are?
responsible.
Tie him up
Yeah, I'll tie
and
him up.
gag him. I don't want his hands to be able to move. Somebody take off his component pouch of a belt. Like strip him. I don't care. Let's do this. I want to be able to talk to him.
Is he like?
Zahana's particularly good at stripping people that are dressed in robes. Let's do this.
Mike, is he kind of like the way that he looks in that kind of mini? Like, did he have a book open type thing, or?
No.
Okay.
It was a thing. He's more. He had hands free. He was. It has an interesting looking mace. Or some kind of
Yoink.
solid weapon at his side. And
That's coming with
it
me.
but his robes are sort of they're not brown the way the cultists that you run into have brown robes. His are more ornate. They have sort of
They're fancy brown robes.
they're weirdly patched in a sense where you can see
You can see the hemlines.
in a way, yes. Or perception, whichever way, I guess. Let's make it a perception check.
Singlets, don't
Sort of a
don't
basic
encourage
notice.
them, please.
Okay. So we're going to spare the dying. I'm not bringing this guy back so he can talk right now. We all need a bit of a chance to rest and recoup. What is beyond this hallway? Marcos,
I
Do
don't
you and
think we
Zanelle
should go down
wanna-
that hallway just yet.
I don't want to be surprised.
So-
Just peek your head around the corner.
What's your perception check, Malik?
I'd still
Where's
have to
the-
do a
that's
perception
cool.
check.
I'll go.
I am-
There we go.
I'm also getting in on the taking things off the body
Yeah.
of this guy. So should I also roll a perception check on this?
Sure.
I just got a natural 1 in that perception check.
If it makes up for it, I got a natural 20 on the perception check. So,
Nice.
Balance.
so that's a 24 in total.
You notice something interesting. The robes along the seams. It looks as though fabric has been torn away, and then it's been sort of hastily, because you're a leather worker of some skill. You know a stitch when you see one, sort of thing. And these are sort of stitched with something. You're not quite sure. Kind of
It's
dried.
humans.
It's kind of leathery, but
definitely
not
human
leathery.
Skin. It's human skin.
And it's sort of stitched through in the way, sort of hastily, as though he doesn't have a serger, but he's got just regular hand and needle sort of thing. So he's just sort of sewing it through, and it's different patches of different. It's almost like
Oh,
the coloration, and you can see some of the tufts of fabric that were left when he tore away the bit. But the tufts of fabric that are left are reminiscent and of the same coloration as the Marika priesthood. But
So
it's
essentially
the most of that
it's-
fabric's been torn away. Some other fabric's been chosen to take its place, which is sort of mismatched, and it's been sewn in with some kind of leathery something.
So can I use my leather working tools to take it apart?
Absolutely, pretty easily.
Yes, I would like to do that. It's particularly because I don't know if anybody has something to tie him up with, but other than that, just to take off the pieces specifically that were added onto this.
and I do have rope that I can hand to Malik to tie him up.
Just put him on the table.
What table?
I don't have
The
a
torture
table.
table.
I don't want to backtrack. There's still kobolds and junk. We don't want to backtrack there yet.
Okay. Well.
I don't think we have much of a choice.
I think
Hey.
for the moment, let's just get him tied up.
I mean, what's in the room?
Yeah, poking my head around the corner.
And Zanel as well.
um,
We'll go with you.
You see a very bizarrely decorated room, Marcos. There's a dirty straw pallet on the floor that you can see
hmm,
in front of you.
Yeah.
Two soft and expensive-looking armchairs resting at a low table. A little further up. Here. A beautiful robe hanging on the wall above a battered locked chest.
Hmm.
An exquisitely crafted wooden desk near, I guess, the northeast corner of the room. At various points around the walls, small iron hooks for hanging tapestries have been set into the stone. And there is an opening up here in the wall.
Oh no.
It seems to lead beyond the wall itself.
Zanel, go check the desk.
Zanel will quietly walk across, like carefully looking for any string that's strung along the floor or flagstones that are slightly lifted. She is being very cautious as she moves forward into this room.
Okay. Make me an investigation check. Actually, I will not know it. She's very good at investigation checks. +1. 12. Zanel slowly makes her way forward to the desk.
As long as it doesn't look trapped, she'll kind of look carefully through it.
Investigation check.
Bullet.
Search for the desk.
In Soviet Zoom, player tells you to roll it.
She gets an 11.
And if she finds any books or important looking scrolls, she's going to save them for Dr. Rosenthal.
There.
I'm gonna take a look at this chest.
The mimic with 3 points. That's what you're going to do there, Marcos?
We don't. If it wasn't.
There are rags hanging from all of the hooks on the walls. And there's nothing in the desk other than, basic, looks like scattered paper, writing utensils, but it's very sort of much out of The Shining, in a sense where there's mutterings and written, scrawled ramblings of various things, like snake mother, a crocodile has no teeth,
Don't like.
too many teeth in the crocodiles,
Don't like.
hidden fangs, and not even so much. And it's interesting that it's almost like it starts with ink, and then it seems to somehow stops, because the ink sort of stops and then it becomes red.
No.
It's almost like the black
No,
of the ink is at one point is halfway through a word, and he's got it halfway through the W, the ink stops, and then it continues on as red, and it's sort of dried and sort of brownish at this point, as if nothing had happened, and it's half carved into the top of the desk.
What?
And it goes down around the side, and on the face of the drawers, on the edge of the desk itself.
Yeah.
Don't like.
Zanel is just gonna.
Yeah, that's not cool.
Back
the
on
papers
up
inside the drawer are just sort of written on, even though they were all scattered all over the place, it's just sort of writing across all of them.
Zanel's gonna back up to Marcos and just say, "This dude is like drawing, probably in his own blood. I'm just glad that the ink wasn't brown. We should not touch his stuff. That's unhygienic."
Is the kobold in there?
We should not
You're
have
not
spared
seeing.
him.
Anyone
No,
else
I'm
in here?
asking because I'm still probably tying up the other dude at this point.
Marcos is actually going to turn around and he's going to start striding back towards the priest with kind of a fixed glare on his face.
If Izamina notices Marcos engaging in death mode, she's just going to try to step in and intervene and just kind of like put her hands up.
Oh, do you notice?
While she's standing there giving orders to keep
True.
him alive. She's not going to let you murder him. We certainly can murder him later. I just want to talk to him first. Like,
I mean-
you can send him to Vathis or whatever it is that you feel like you need to do. I feel like his goddess definitely, or the goddess of this temple will definitely want to chat with him, and we've done her a huge favor here. I'm just like, I just want to know where people were taken, if there's anybody that's still alive that we could still rescue. Surely Vathris would see honor in that.
Zeb, what was in the room that made you come back here all angry like that, ready to bust some heads?
Oh, no. He just wrote on his desk in his own blood. This is... Marcos looks down at the unconscious priest. This is cumulative. And he's gonna crouch and grab the priest. Presumably he's out of his robe by this point, so he's just gonna kind of grab him under the jaw and just
Careful.
pick him up and hold him against the wall.
He's unconscious, sweetie pie. He's not going anywhere. Be very careful, please. Because I can do the spare the dying all day long, love. So listen, we're just going to be gentle. We're going to bring him around when we're ready, and we're going to talk to him.
So,
And then,
did you find
and
the
then you can
kobold?
send him to Vathris.
What was in the room?
Pot, a chest, some chairs, some clothes, and a desk.
Zanel says
and a
there was
hole
an
in the wall.
opening. Yeah.
So what were you saying about there was a cobalt missing or something, Malik?
Yeah, one of the
what kobold?
kobolds ran in that room.
Oh yeah, but Zanel said there was an opening, so it probably went down the opening.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think we're all a little too beat up to go exploring in an opening right now.
I think I could cast one more spell. Feeling a little better after the.
Everybody give me a
think-
perception roll.
I think before he wakes up, we should break his hands.
Sure.
Okay, that's a 17 on perception.
That's a
Oh.
9 with the meat dice.
And everybody's making perception?
Yeah.
Everybody's making perception.
Got
No.
it.
But before reporting back my perception, I would want to point out that when binding him, I would have tied up his hands, wrapped him up in like.
So he can't move his fingers?
So he can't move. He's like wearing mittens,
Hmm.
so he can go like this, but he can't go like this.
Okay, so he can't articulate a spell. Because that's why I
So
was
now
gonna break
rocking the
his
perception
hands.
with the 21.
I got a 14 on perception.
That's a 6.
What everybody else get?
I got a 17.
9.
Doctor.
20.
20. Dr. Rosenthal, Zanel, here. Or you thought you heard a voice. Kind of weak. Female. Coming from the area of the desk. Or in that over there where the desk and the ruined tapestries are on the wall. In that area.
Are any of you talking? Do you hear that?
No.
Hear what?
I'm not talking.
Sounds like a woman. Did you check everywhere?
So now we'll say I didn't look in the hole because I don't go into places first. That's their job. And she'll
So-
point at Marcos and Isabina.
Hello?
It's always best not to stick your face into places where you don't know where it is.
Hello?
You hear a weak female sounding voice call back. Hello?
Oh yeah, there's definitely somebody in there.
Don't
And
trust
he's-
this.
He's just gonna walk. He's just gonna walk that way. He doesn't understand.
Marcos is going to put a
Malik.
hand out and stop
Yeah, I got
Dr.
it.
Rosenthal.
Whoa,
Just full on grabs
You don't
the doctor
hear it?
and stomps him.
did you not hear it? He's gonna allow you to stop him.
Doctor, at every
No.
turn, at every single turn, we have gotten blown up,
Yeah. No,
battered,
I get it.
stabbed.
But
Every-
So
relax.
maybe,
I mean, you're
and
alive
is going
still.
to has gone from stopping to just fully dragging him back behind
alright,
him.
alright.
Hello?
Well, you
Okay.
go then. It sounds like they need something.
Not,
Malik.
not
Okay.
Marcos.
How did I get volunteered for this?
Because you're the only person here bigger than me. Come on.
The
I'm
only
gonna
person
follow
with
you guys.
hit points.
That's fair. Yeah, no, that's not what's happening
Hello?
right now.
You guys, you don't hear? Hello?
I have-
Are you okay?
Be
I have one hit
quiet.
point.
Stand.
Yeah,
Okay, so I'm gonna go
great.
back to where I was standing before, and I'm going to use thaumaturgy to throw my voice. Well, no, can I make my voice come from somewhere, or just like random whispers saying things I want them to say? Because I
I
know
feel
I
like
can
I
make my
tried
voice
to
loud.
do
Can you
this
throw your
before.
voice?
Yeah, no, right, you can't.
So it's thaumaturgy or is it prestidigitation?
Thaumaturgy just all you can do to your voice with thaumaturgy is make you louder.
Yeah.
Um,
Prestidigitation is
Just-
the fancy one.
yeah.
Marcos, sweetie,
Yes.
just before you pop around that hall,
Mm.
might I suggest, because you're looking just a little bit peakish,
Mm.
might I suggest we let somebody go who
I'm
can
not going
be a little
first,
bit,
but I'm staying close.
just a little bit quieter, and maybe can just kind of poke their head in.
That's assuming that our stealth hasn't been ruined by the good doctor.
Oh, for sure, our stealth has been ruined, but also there are people who don't look like they're knocking on death's door, unlike you.
So are you?
You say the sweetest things.
You're so welcome. And
No.
thank you for
Hello?
healing me, by the way.
Hello? Do you think
Help
hello?
me!
Are you two still on the hallway, or did you guys move into the room?
They haven't let me leave yet, so.
But who hasn't? Because the only one next
I'm
to
in
you is
the room.
Ismina. Everybody else except for you, me, and Ismina are still in the hall, according to the map. So
Where
I'm
is
just trying to-
Marcos?
I'm waiting for Marcos to let me move.
I don't even see Marcos.
Marcos went
indicator.
back
like-
up.
because
Marcos is up here.
No, here. Marcos is here right by the chest.
I don't see Marcos's marker.
I'm
corner.
sneaky.
Alright.
Hello?
How did I get moved? I'm still.
Oh, I
Um,
apologize, Zach. I apologize.
So I'm making sure that this gentleman in the robes is sufficiently hogtied.
Good.
Um,
Make it humiliating, if possible.
Goodness
so,
gracious. I
yes.
apologize, you guys.
Lack of any possible use of limbs. He could maybe rock back and forth, but that's still going to take some effort on his stomach with his hand tied up behind him. And make sure everything is taken away from him, so that he has
Yeah.
no access to anything.
No component pouch. Did we like strip him down to his underwear there, Zahana?
Pretty sure that's what he was doing.
Basically, we stripped him all the way down.
And he's blindfolded now as well.
I'm gonna
Okay.
walk over to that hole. Like, is there anything covering it?
Nope.
Gonna
Pretty
take a peek.
big on the wall.
I'm gonna stay with Zahana and try to awkwardly shuffle this guy down the hall.
So we're dragging
very
him
large
with us
room.
then, I'm guessing?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
You see piles of broken crates, shards of rock, piles of rubble all over the place. It's almost like they're sort of. And yeah, you're give me an investigation check.
Oh no.
Because I'm so good at that.
Zahana, should we pop him into this nest-looking bed thing?
That is a 7.
No, that looks comfortable.
Lots
We
of
should-
rubble.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hello?
Hello. Who's there?
Malik.
Where's Abramo?
Who?
Abramo.
The priest, I think.
No, isn't that like the kobold thing?
No, the kobold was Sneck.
No, that was Kobold's name. Doesn't Kobold say a name for a woman?
Abramo's the priest.
I'm not good at names.
That's fair.
Abramos had an accident.
While
Is
he's
he
saying
dead?
this, I'm covering Abramos underneath his bed of hay or whatever it is. So like
while
the
you're
bed-
searching him, while you were stripping him, what did you get?
What did we get?
Healing
Well,
potion?
what did Zahana get?
Sparkly
Well, I took
potions.
I took apart the robe and have all the patches that were added onto it. As
Oh well, then I took his component pouch off of him.
I've bagged.
Underneath his robe, he was wearing chainmail.
No longer.
Not anymore. He's
A
not.
large sort of, very ornately done, I guess. In a sort of this, it's almost like a relief. It's definitely built like a mace. It's this heavy, large iron cudgel of sorts, but
I bel-
the head of it is a striking snake.
I already
I
took
believe
the
Malik
mace.
already took that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll take the. You said it was chainmail.
Chainmail.
I will take that as well.
In his component pouch, did he have any unique components that may be useful, or any potions?
I mean, there's a key.
I'll take the key for sure.
As far as there are no potions, and there are no. I'll give you a list. I'm not sure if half of these spells have components or not. Most of them don't. He has a few components for some spells. Nothing major, nothing significant, like powdered diamond or anything like that.
And the other question that I had while Zahana was tucking him into his little bed there, what can you tell me about that pretty robe that's on the wall? Like, is it the Marieka colors, or is it?
It is.
It looks like a ceremonial robe for the priestesses.
Yes.
Then I will leave it alone. So we're back to Malik talking to the lady who's asking about a bra.
More than one key on the ring. Or clarified it. Okay.
Great.
Has Danelle given Rosenthal the book?
There wasn't
The
books,
which
there was
story?
like papers.
Oh, well, she said she was gonna say something for Rosenthal. Has she given them to him yet?
Well, if there were
Any of the
books-
papers and stuff. If there were books or any papers on the desk, she would have given them to you, like that weren't covered in blood.
Like they're all
I
covered
don't really
in
think he would
blood.
care.
They're pretty much all covered in some kind of something. Either written on with ink or other fluid, or just sort of torn into. There's a ruined quill on the desk. It's been worn down to like a nub, almost.
Rosenthal's disgusted. That's not how you take
And
care
then at that point, maybe wisdom check.
of that.
Who?
Me?
Anyway, who's staring at the papers?
Definitely not
That's
looking at
a
the papers.
10. I'm so good.
Yeah.
The now rolled a 18. Looking at those papers.
The thickness of the letters and the writing becomes greater at a certain point. And I guess it's sort of one of those logical surmises when you're moving from one step to another. So we started with ink, moved to another form of liquid, and then that liquid or that style seemed to stop, and all the letters started getting thicker. And you figure he's got all those cuts on his fingers, and all the blood around his fingertips, so probably at that point he started finger painting. And then there's scratches in the desk, which are pretty much the width of, say, a human fingernail.
We did say that his fingernails were all messed up, right?
So what
All right.
Malik sees, in addition to, and you've got a light source, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah, just in the distance at the edge of the range of the torch that you have, you can see a large glinting green something way down here in the corner. And a small cage right here, about
Nope.
10 feet from the doorway,
Don't like that.
with a young woman clothed in tattered rags.
Does the thing seem to be moving?
Nope. Not that you're aware.
I'm gonna go just on the inside of that opening if I can fit.
Oh yeah, you can sort of sidestep through.
I'm just gonna go on the other side of the opening.
So as somebody went ahead and got out of my sight, they got into a fight and attacked this guy who knocked half of us out. So I'm gonna move up so I can keep an eye, at least still see Malik.
But you're not going to let this party split? Come on.
Keep your bow at the ready.
I've discarded some things on top of the hay bale, that the hay bed.
Yep.
To make it look like there's stuff on it and not under it.
Cool.
I don't know if there's a roll I should make to make it look hidden.
Survival is sometimes the role of like trying to hide something without making it look.
I mean, yeah, let's give it a survival roll.
All right. I hope this is a really important and pivotal role for what we're doing here,
Another 20?
because that's a natural 20.
Nice.
A total of 24.
It's almost like he's not even there.
But
Like,
yeah, I've
if I was
discarded
making
some
dark
things.
blinds, I'd be totally hidden.
I've discarded some things, so it looks like it's a pile of like somebody just dumped a bag out and it's junk.
Exactly. It's an impressive hide.
Also,
I'm
I
quite
needed
proud of
to.
it, actually.
I needed to because I was over capacity by taking the chainmail. Because that stuff's heavy. I've got dark vision. I don't need torches anyways.
Is Abramo dead? Did you kill him?
He's not far off of it.
It's more unconscious than anything.
And the woman, despite the fact that she seems, she looks a little frail and a little sort of weakened. Why didn't you kill him?
I mean, there's still time. We can still
I
do
wanted
that.
to.
Been kind of asking myself that myself.
He's evil.
What's your name?
Cyrilli.
Cyrilli.
Zahana, make me an intelligence check.
Straight intelligence.
Sure,
That's a 10.
that's enough. Cyrilli, it sort of sits in the back of your brain for a minute. It's like, hey, wait a minute. The storekeeper in your town of, come on, Mike, remember the town. Zahana's hometown.
You wait a minute. You used to run the store.
No. She's the daughter. You haven't seen her in some time.
Your parents ran the store, right?
Who are you?
I'm Zahana.
Zahana. Yes.
I'm moving up closer into the room during this conversation.
Don't go.
Thank the gods. Oh,
What's going on?
I came here with father to deliver goods to sell to the inns here, and we were attacked in the night. I don't know what happened, and I wound up here.
I have theories.
Okay.
I was taken to the the snake, and
Snake?
the people around me, they fell under her spell.
Snake. What snake?
But I didn't. But I faked it.
Okay. Is the cage? I'm assuming is locked and topped and.
Seems to be locked.
Okay. And with my dark vision, I can see that thing on the other side. That.
Yes, it was a.
Oh boy.
Yep.
It's
Okay.
like a big carved-looking statue-ish looking thing.
Oh. Jesus.
I can tell it's a statue, and though from here I can make that discrimination.
It's definitely not moving.
Is it breathing?
Definitely not moving. It's not the same as being a statue.
I mean, that suit of armor definitely wasn't moving until it kicked the crap out of his.
There was that kobold that ran off. Did a kobold come in here?
I didn't see.
You didn't see.
That kobold that's down at the bottom part of the cage.
I'm gonna keep an eye. I'm gonna be very careful as I get closer to the cage.
Mike, I would like to burn a use of divine sense.
Okay. Like
Wait
for
a minute.
demons and undead?
Celestial fiend, undead, any within 60 feet.
Nothing.
Ismina, you grab Ismina grab the keys, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back to Ismina and go and like, I need the keys, please.
Of course.
Okay. And I'm gonna go take and come back to the cage and see if I can get a key to match the lock.
In fact, you do.
I will unlock and let her out.
The larger of the 3 keys.
Okay.
And she struggles to her feet because she's a little weak. She holds basically the door as it's opening, and you're opening the door, sort of thing. So she sort of half falls and sort of wraps around you, and starts almost sobbing, and she's shaking with, I don't know, fear or that sort of release of tension of sorts. Thank the gods.
Here, take, and I'll give a ration.
She
so that she's got
takes it
something
from
to
you
eat.
and sort of gnaws on it hungrily.
Let's get you into the room where the lights are, and I'll lead her back in and have her sit in one of the chairs.
Walking. Let's see. You're not gonna have her lying down.
I mean, assuming she can walk.
That one. Boop. Oops.
And she looks like emaciated. She's been here for a while. She looks dirty.
She's
And
dirty and unkempt.
I will gently, quietly walk over and say, Zahana, do you mind if I just take a look at your friend here?
Yeah, take care of her. I'm gonna go.
I'll put her in the middle of the other room.
Okay.
I'm going further into this room.
As Zahana starts to walk away, I'm just gonna say, sweetie, it's okay. I'm going to, I just want to take a look, and I'll do a medicine check to just make sure that she's.
Sure. Make me that roll.
Hey, that's a 21.
Excellent.
I'm gonna go with
She doesn't
seems-
have any like runes of the snake serpent where she's possessed or anything.
They're sort of doing a little gentle thing just to making sure, pat sort of thing, make sure you're okay, you haven't been, hurt. And she sort of gets a sense for what she thinks you might be sort of investigating. She's sort of almost reassuring. It's like he was creepy and he was evil, but he never touched me. There was never any. He didn't see me that way. He sort of had this. I don't understand. Maybe there was something else fighting against something, but he treated me well, but like a pet. Is the best way I could describe it. He didn't sort of regard me as anything more than sort of
Can't hurt you
something in a cage,
anymore.
a bird or something.
He can't hurt you anymore.
Yeah, sweetie, I'm glad he will be held to justice for what he's done, and I'm glad that you are doing well. Just sit. I'm gonna give her my my canteen and just have her sit calmly
I mean,
until we establish what's going on.
I mean, thank you. And she sort of takes the long drinks of the water skin. Yeah, I guess in a weird way, I have to thank him because he got me away from Explictica.
Say that one more
So-
time now.
Sorry, what again?
Explictica.
Aspectica?
Explictica.
From
Explictica.
who or
I'm-
what is that?
Yeah, I've never heard of that before. Can you tell me
This-
more about that, sweetie?
The snake god.
Explictica. That sounds like like an erotic literature website. Explictica. Okay. Sorry, guys. It is what it is.
Explicitica. Mhm.
We gotta theme tonight.
Womp,
Sorry to
womp,
any of my
womp,
students who are
womp.
watching. It is summer break. Thank you, Explictica. I'm gonna turn bright red now. Explictica is the snake god, and is the snake god? Does it have a corporeal form here, or what can you tell me about that?
Yes. Yeah. She would just stare, and it was the weirdest thing. She. There were other villagers, and they just fell under her power, and I figured that would be the smart thing to try to do. But when she stared at me, I didn't feel anything, but I pretended, and then I think she believed me. So, but others who didn't fall under were killed, and then thrown in a pool. And then
You did the right thing, sweetie. I have to ask, is she nearby or is she far away? Can you tell me
No.
where she is?
there were we traveled for I don't know, yeah, at least 2 days.
Okay. So she's not here in the temple.
No.
Okay,
No.
that's great.
Oh, no.
Fantastic. Okay,
Although-
you're okay, sweetie. What else can you tell me?
He was obsessing with trying to make statues of her.
We've run into at least
Definitely.
one in town. Did he manage to make one here, do you think?
Well, the one in the other, where I was, he was getting better because he was practicing alone. So,
Right. Do you know, did he, in his rantings, or did he say anything about the power that this statue might have? Is it just
no, I don't know. I think it's just a statue.
okay? I'm just going to just gently pat the top of her hand and take a couple steps back, and just kind of over my shoulder, I'm going to say, whatever you guys find, try not to look it in the eyes. I'm just being cautious here.
I think that's smart.
Speaking of finding things, have I found anything while searching this room?
Don't look
Well,
it inside,
yes.
Zahana.
We need investigation check. You can do it.
I can. So that's +3, so that's going to be a 21.
Nice. Where are we? There are 4 rude statues in various parts. I guess here, there's another one here against the sort of almost like a stone slab of raising. There's one here, and 3 statues. This is a pile of crates and broken statue bits that seem to be not the same face. And you see hands with this pile of statues, almost like there was a large statue that was broken, destroyed. And then there was carving here, and you can sort of surmise that this one is older than this one, and this one seems to have been abandoned. This one was just destroyed as well. This one was tried. It's more accurate than the other 2. And then this one here, the green one, is a giant chunk of jade. And it's probably, I mean, she's right. He was actually getting quite a lot better. You kind of look at it. You're not a huge expert on carving or on stonecraft, but this is a reasonably good job for somebody who has formal training. It depicts a human-faced, large, thick-bodied serpent with almost like a cobra hood. And it's reasonably, I mean, it looks pretty good. It's reasonably well done.
You said it's got like a human face?
Yes. There are shades of violet, brown, and green throughout, sort of almost like veined inside the jade. So it's actually quite an exquisite piece of work,
Does
based
the
on
facial
the sheer volume of the chunk of jade.
does the facial
make this
structure match any faces that I might have seen in the village?
No, but it
Does
does
not look
match
like
a face that you have seen before. Not of any person in the village, but there was a statue under the inn. In the lair of all the ghouls.
but it was not nearly this size.
No.
Right.
That was sort of like a little bronze thing.
Okay. And then these two things that I'm clicking on, are they
Just
anything? Chests. Jade's valuable, right?
big chunk of jade like that is very valuable.
Oh yeah, we definitely should take that.
Well,
I don't know if we
it's
can
probably
lift
pretty.
that.
It's probably pretty heavy,
Pieces.
but I don't know how
Malik
well it would
wants to
stand up
smash
to
it.
a maul.
It's a big chunk of jade.
It's
I
a
mean, I'll
big
let you.
chunk of fudge.
If you want to take a shot at that, I'm gonna just shout out. There's this big snake sculpture made out of
Big
jade.
snake!
Ah,
A big sculpture that kind of looks like a person, but is a snake. It's made out of jade.
Rage
If
cancel.
anybody wants to check this out,
Yeah, I'll go over by it.
And now you have a torch, because for some reason Dragonborn don't have night vision. The torch's light causes the colors, the violet, the brown, and the green, sort of interwoven the veins within the jade, to actually shimmer. It's almost hypnotic. It's sort of really fascinating to look at. It's like, so you're shining a light through a really valuable gem, and it's sort of giving you this iridescent pattern throughout. So this guy had a pretty good eye for exactly where he wanted to carve and how and everything else. So it's actually a really good piece. It's a big, big chunk of jade. That's quite well carved.
Can I ritual cast detect magic?
You absolutely can.
I'm gonna do that.
Rosenthal pulls up a chair, out a spell book, starts ritual casting detect magic. Marcos, what are you doing?
Marcos goes to just kind of kneel in front of the young woman, trying to make himself look a little less intimidating, a little, in as much as a big red-skinned tiefling with great curling horns can look. Was anyone else? How many people were with you before you were taken away from the serpent?
There were 4 of us. I don't know if Father got away or not.
Just gonna reach out and kind of clap her on the shoulder gently, shoot a glance at Izamina that's just full of disapproval, kind of frustration and disapproval.
Now, quick question for the masses. This body here that has been moved to the straw pallet, that is the trust of Abramo.
Yep.
Mhm.
But he has been disguised and hidden.
Well, stuff is hidden. Stuff's been
Yeah,
put
so
over.
he has
Yeah.
been hidden.
We've dumped a bunch of crap on top of him.
And that was
Somebody
a really good
like-
roll on the survival.
somebody like her who might be traumatized seeing him would not be able to see him.
Exactly. Because you made a really high roll.
I did.
So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, she does not see him with her passive perception of very little.
Have I been able to overhear any of this conversation that they've been having,
Sure.
or am I too busy? Okay.
Well, you're in the other
that-
room, so you can sort of hear
that's-
muffled.
Okay. This is more just for general knowledge for later when I come back. I'm fucking around with the chess.
Sure. Well, you have the keys, so there are 2 other keys.
They work.
Key ring. They work.
What a coincidence.
Click.
Um,
Opens up one. Are you opening it?
Slowly.
He has the key.
From the
No
side.
trap.
Still doesn't mean it can't be trapped.
What kind of a dungeon master would I be if I trapped the chest and you opened it with it?
The same kind that would, like, dispel, like, a revivify type spell. Which I know that you've done in the past, because you're a jerk.
Not any such thing. They had it coming. They had it coming all
They
along.
had it coming.
I don't know if you can
They
hear,
have
but there's
it
a. Earlier there was a helicopter that flew by and someone's flying a C5. Sounds like.
Okay. In the first chest is a pile of money. 14 silver pieces and 29 copper pieces.
Just cash money?
It's basically this fairly sizable, like a good 4 feet wide, this big trunk of the chest. And there's a small, very small pile of silver and copper.
Hmm.
And they're all sort of scattered around, so it almost looks.
So
Like-
it's really not, if you pile it all together, it's really not that much, so.
No.
All right. Still gonna dump a little bit into the snake skin pouch that I made. For everybody. And then chest number 2.
Okay. The last key opens that chest. A lot more in here. 12 gold pieces.
Ooh.
I'm going to take it out and be like, hey, we got some of this, and show it to Malik, I guess, who's the only other person in the room with me.
Yeah, looking that way.
Small, very small pile of gold. And what's Malik
Why
doing
would you
with the
put
statue?
that out there, Steve?
All of the copper pieces are mimic eggs.
And then you said it out loud. Oculus.
Well, there's one really good way to find out. You know, we take it with us when we set the place on fire on our way out.
That's fair.
We are not murder hobos. Everybody say it with me. We are not murder hobos
We
who burn
are
down
her
other people.
murder
We are-
hobos.
We are not murder hobos. We are turning down a temple. It's completely different. To our knowledge, there's no
Very
humans in
different.
here to kill when we burn this place down. Completely different story.
So we're
Yeah,
arsonist hobos?
We are creative fire
Burglars.
technicians.
What's Malik doing with the statue?
Malik is not doing anything with the statue because Malik doesn't want to
Excellent.
hurt his maul.
Is Malik
Use the other
looking at
maul.
the statue in any way?
Oh, yeah, I got a mace, don't I?
But you're not making eye contact with it, right, Malik? Because you heard me say, don't make eye contact with it.
It's
No,
a
I'm getting it.
statue. What happens when you make it? How's Dr. Rosenthal? How's the sense magic ritual going?
We can skip forward to that if you want.
Yeah, just give
Could-
me just
should-
I'm almost done.
I do have
Should-
one question I want to ask this girl. One more question.
Should we, while we're waiting for Dr. Rosenthal to cast Detect Magic, should we take our break?
That'd be a
Sounds
good
good.
idea.
Probably a good idea.
Sounds like a perfect plan. Let's do that. So we'll take a break quick. We'll be back. Dr. Rosenthal will be finished with his Detect Magic ritual.
Okay.
Everybody can think of more questions to interrogate the poor defenseless Prisoner.
Oh, I've got one question for her. It's got nothing to do with
No, no.
interrogation.
That's not the prisoner that he's referring to. I don't think. I think he
Oh.
means the other guy.
I've got no questions for him either. I just want him dead.
Alrighty.
I have
We'll
lots
be
of
back in about
questions.
5.
Okay.
Okay.
Kaboom.
And we're back.
Are we?
So the party, having defeated Abramo and rescued Cyrilla. Cyrilli, the knight. We're deciding what to do next. Gigantic jade statue.
Detect magic.
Detect magic. Are you sort of looking at anything in particular, just sort of doing a general sweep?
A little bit of a general sweep, and that statue, and anything else that might help.
The statue is not magical.
Okay.
The chainmail is not magical.
Okay.
The mace has an aura of magic.
Okay. What does detect magic give me? Do I know anything?
Oh yeah, it's
I know.
it gives you the
The
school.
school.
of magic.
And what about this chest that I'm standing next to? Is there anything magical in this chest?
Yeah, I always didn't like that it tells you the school of magic, because like some things could fit in different schools.
Mhm.
Like you
True.
could make an argument. So like I feel like that's a little. Anyway, also it's actually really hard to look up the school of magic of certain things, especially if it's homebrew. I like to use homebrew stuff. So.
Yeah.
There was a really good. You guys all know the Animaniacs like Songs of the World, where they
Nope.
name all of the. You can have pizza. Thank you for asking. All of the Moms Never Rest, you guys. 11:55. Kids eating pizzas. No heads in beds. That's how we roll here in Casa More. The Animaniacs song where Wacko sings like all the names of all the countries.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There is a guy who redid that with all the schools of magic. I will tweet it and tag everybody in it. It's brilliant.
Nice.
It does not help me remember what the schools of magic are, but it is very well done.
That was the point. Was so that you could remember.
And I'm sure for some people they could. Not for me.
So like we could break off a chunk of this thing, maybe, Malik.
I suppose it's possible.
Hit it with that mace. Let's find out what it does.
Can I hit it with the maze?
Before you do that, that mace, magical.
Magically hit it.
All right.
Let's do this.
See what it does.
What kind of what kind of magic?
I'm assuming
Fake
the magic
magic.
that helps me hit things with it.
I'm just trying to look up the spell.
Unless it's like a
Is this gonna
fireball
make-
or something. That'd be cool.
Is this gonna make you puff the magic dragon?
I don't know. Maybe. Let's try it.
Try it. Snake magic. Aren't you a dragonborn? They're kind of like cousins, distant, right? Let's do this.
Oh,
Think
shit.
that's how this
What do you mean, you
Okay,
people?
Natural 20. To hit
Bam.
the snake statue with the maze.
With the
Oh,
snake
no.
mace, unleashing
Alright.
snake magic.
You hit the snake statue with a magic mace.
And it explodes.
For sure what happens.
Oh no.
You hit your hit roll.
That was the hit roll.
What'd you roll?
Natural 20.
Excellent. Give you some damage.
I don't know what a mace does for damage.
Mace is a D8.
Uh,
No,
D8.
D6.
Mace
Just
is a
1d6?
Yeah.
D6. 1D6.
Oh, that's a 1. I'm assuming plus my, like, bonus whatever thing.
Got
Plus your bonus.
Plus
But then
strength.
you get a natural 20, so you do it again.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
2 dice.
And then another 1.
Oh no.
Wow. Again with the minimum. Ugh.
Yeah, if
Plus-
this...
Yeah.
Plus your
it's the si-
strength.
my strength
So-
is 17, so I get plus 3.
So 5.
5.
He does.
5 plus whatever the mace might or might not do. When you break a small chunk off.
It's a plus 17
out
mace. This is amazing.
I keep swinging at it.
Yeah, might as well.
Well,
Okay.
the statue's not
Um,
magical.
For the sake of expedience, you keep hitting it. You keep hitting it. You keep hitting it.
And I just rolled a
Eventually
natural
you break
20
off.
again.
Upwards.
I'll help out with my axe and try to hand axe up something in there.
Sure, sure. You guys really want to play this out? Okay.
And that's
Okay.
max damage. That is a 12.
While they are
Bruh.
wailing
Nice.
on the statue, and the sounds of clank, crunch, rattle are filtering through the door, I'm going to, still kneeling in front of the girl, I'm going to. Marcos gives her a very serious look and says as gently as he can, "After everything that's been taken from you, do you want retribution? Do you want vengeance?"
Ask her about the statue too.
I did ask her about the statue. Do you want vengeance or do you want justice?
Are they
Okay, no los
seriously con-
dos.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over to
Yeah, there's an ideological conflict brewing.
Zanelle and be like, are they confusing the poor person that was stuck in the cage?
So, after taking some chunks of jade and pocketing them for future sales, I'm coming back into the room.
Sure.
Hey,
Wait.
so you said they took people somewhere.
She said it was about 2 days away.
Do you think you could, like, if you had a map, you could draw how to get there?
Yeah, I could probably show you where it is, but I'm never going back there.
Yeah. I'm not asking you to go
Understandable.
back there. I'm just asking you to. So, because some people were taken recently as well, like you were taken when you came here. And maybe if you tell us where they are, we can go stop and put an end to it.
We'd very much like that.
But Abramo has to die.
Oh, he will.
We
Oh,
can.
he will.
I mean, we can make sure that happens if you want if you want in on that. You know,
She doesn't need to be part of that.
that's not your decision to make.
Does she like rocks?
It's not her burden to carry.
It-
Get her a rock. She could do it herself.
Mike,
It's her
Yeah.
call.
I also picked up some of the jade, but I made sure that I grabbed like a good like solid like smaller chunk, and I like walk over and I drop it in Rosenthal's hand. Rock.
Rosenthal like weighs it. It's like, yeah, this is a good size, and hands it to her.
I mean, we need to take him back to the village people.
No, we don't.
They
No.
they also
And he hands her the rock.
Okay. She
No,
takes it.
no. She
she is not the only one who has been affected by this. And there are people in this village who have a right to know what's been going on.
and
I would argue she's been affected the most.
then we can
When
tell
we
them.
go
I don't see any reason we need to
to
take
where-
him with us to tell them.
When we go to where the pool is, I mean, I didn't catch the whole conversation, and maybe I missed some of the finer details, but I did hear over here that this creature was looking into people's faces, and they were doing what she told them to do. Am I wrong there?
You're correct.
That's right.
Okay. So everybody in the village that has been doing stuff, we can make a reasonable guess, may not have been doing it along their own will. Is that reasonable? Does
Correct.
anybody
That's
see
a reasonable
fault in that?
assumption.
Okay.
I'm with you.
Okay.
So Brahma dies, and so does the serpent.
So he's been doing stuff to her that was apparently not part of this mind control thing that it's been doing.
Hmm.
And yet,
Well,
this
we-
temple is corrupted.
yeah, we don't know that he's not working under Explictica's orders, but this is why
Well-
we should probably try and talk to him.
Ugh.
Because he may be the high priest who has lived his life in service and is doing it of his own free will, but we don't know that for sure yet. And
We
All
if
right.
he's
But she
not, then
gets- she
he's
gets
another
the
victim.
last pick.
that's not our that's
Sure.
she knows what he's done. It's her call to make if she wants that.
No,
It
that's
is.
not how this works. If we only let victims without any kind of third party or objective procedure manage this, society would crumble to pieces because there are sometimes more than one sides to a story. And I'm not saying that he's not going to get his justice in the end. I'm
You've
saying-
never lived in high society, have you, honey? That is definitely how this works.
Marcos is
Yeah.
going to turn his gaze back to the girl and just speaking a little more, a little bit of his frustration coming through, is just going to ask, do you want retribution or do you want distant justice?
I don't know.
Do
He's not even here.
Is he
you
not?
want him? Do you want him? Do you want to be a part of him dying, or do you want us to take care of that for you? Do you trust us for that to happen?
I don't know.
I am going to
He's
step
cruel.
away. Sorry.
He's evil. He's horrible. But he saved me from her.
He corrupted a temple. He has fouled this place with lies, deception, and filth.
And if he saved her,
One
then
good
there's
deed does not redeem a man from a lifetime that has been corrupted.
but it shows that he has the possibility of redemption.
Ah,
It shows-
redemption.
We don't
Justice
know.
can be withheld for the person who is giving him orders, or for the creature, or whatever it is.
Those who choose must pay the price for their choice.
We
Agreed.
don't know that he chose.
He served.
Marcos,
Not
Zahana.
Could have been
Zahana.
mind
faithfully.
controlled like the others.
You are both right, which is why we cannot do anything to him until we've gotten the chance to find out what kind of control he's been under, and maybe now that he's been knocked out, he'll be free of some kind of control.
Where even is he?
Yeah, I'm gonna take a step away from her, and I'm gonna stand in between whomever and the pallet where he. I know she can't see it. I'm not gonna make it obvious, but if somebody wants to, Zamina's got this look of determination, whereas before she's. You guys have seen her kind of like that she knows what she wants to do or that she has a direction. As intense as Marcos is Zamina is as well. And if somebody wants to hurt him, it will be over her dead body.
Okay. While you do that, since you're no longer standing in front of the chest, I'm walking over to the chest.
Sure.
Doctor, was there any magic on this chest? You didn't sense anything, right?
No, over there seems fine.
Any of my keys work on this thing?
No, but it's open.
Doesn't
seem to have a lock.
Mimic.
Just then that you notice the teeth and the slavering. No. Now, you open up the chest, and it is full of rags, torn. I'm an intelligence check.
Oh boy.
Disappointing treasure is
Actually, make it wisdom.
disappointing.
Let's make it wisdom. This is a common sense thing.
Disappointed.
Okay. I've got a better bonus to wisdom, so that's going to be a 20.
Excellent. You're like, these are part of the torn away bits. And you figure, you know what, I removed a piece of this from his robe. It's about this size. So these are tatters and rags of more than one robe. In the colors of Marika, but torn, just destroyed robes. And fragments of what you can only assume to have once been an ivory statue.
I'm gonna look at the. How is she? Is the girl like a child, or is she
A young woman.
Teenager, younger,
The edge of her teens, older.
older? How long was she gone for? Like we're talking months,
3 months.
weeks, three months. Okay.
You remember the family leaving to do a sale at neighboring towns, but it was sort of a rote thing. You didn't really think anything of it, and then you got busy with your own family's business and harvest and such that you didn't really notice whether or not they actually came back, because a lot of times some families don't even interact all that much. They just sort of like say hi to each other in the street. So you didn't really
Fair
notice,
enough.
and it was sort of like one of those,
Yeah, I hadn't seen. It just occurred to me when I saw her that I hadn't seen her in 3 months. Seems reasonable. So, did you ever see him talk to anybody else here?
Misha, his priestess.
Priestess. Did they talk about the statues or about any of these rope pieces or anything?
No, they just seem to revere Spintica.
Okay.
Serve her, and all hail the snake goddess and mother serpent, and I just want to go home.
Yeah. Did she already draw the map?
Do you guys have a look?
We flip over Zanel flips over some parchment from the desk, the non-bloody parchment. And Doctor, do you have a quill and some ink?
Or
Oh,
did
yeah,
we
yeah.
happen to find any books in one of the many libraries that we've been in that cover the area that might have had a map in them?
Maybe a book on herbs or one of the books on reptiles.
Doctor, did you have a map of the area?
The doctor's vanished. What? That was amazing.
So
I don't think so.
I mean, I believe there
You
was a
can
couple books
basically
picked.
spend a couple of minutes sort of going over things, going over the same floor plan sort of thing.
So
You
she
can
can-
remember in the library, you can find a book,
Okay.
a couple of books to sort of cross-reference some maps. And she draws sort of almost a crooked line, and she kind of estimates. And if you sort of look at the map and you look at the sort of general size of things and sort of where the roads might be or where the towns might be, it's about measuring. Make an intelligence check. Actually, you know what? Make it a survival. I'm gonna make a DM fiat here and say reading a map.
I thank you for making that survival because that makes it a +4, so that's a 16.
Excellent. You're figuring, you kind of measure, you do sort of thing scale. About 3 days. But sort of, you can imagine where your town was.
Mm-hmm.
Still can't remember it. And where Orlean is. It's sort of this, both of them pointing sort of down right into the swamp.
Okay, so Orlean is
It's
kind
probably
of
a day and a half worth of travel in the swamp.
So Orlean was kind of slightly northwest.
Yeah.
our
And you're basically
town,
just kind
and
of
this
going
is just going straight south.
more or less south east
South by
of Orlean
southeast.
and more south of where you're
So we're making like a
probably
triangle.
about 3 days straight south.
Triangle,
Basically.
kind of down here. Okay. So we got to get her out of here.
Agreed.
Okay. And we know where, from the map, we know where they were taking the people. So that's where we go to find the rest of the caravan. If
Seems
they get to-
likely.
Seems like it. Anybody think anything other?
Random question. Who has that brooch that you found? The silver brooch.
I believe that was,
Isamina had it.
yeah.
Sure.
Because she
What
also
is
had the-
where is the silver brooch?
Who did I pick it up from?
It was in the down in the bottom, the basement. The troglodytes.
It's in one of my pouches.
And it turns into a mimic.
Your mall's gonna turn into a mimic if you keep that up.
I mean, you're probably
You're gonna
not
go to.
me.
You're gonna go to cast mall, and all of a sudden you just got a mimic in your hands going to bite you.
Then I'll be
Is
killing
a-
things with a mimic.
Issa is definitely going to be wanting to talk to Malik about that mace that she's proficient in later. That's for sure.
As we've been talking, have we been at this, and this is not particularly stressful to count as a short rest?
Sneaky. I like it. Yes, I will give you a short rest if you so choose to take it. In terms of
Thank you.
non-effort. Once the sort of interrogating the former prisoner and searching slowly, generally. If anybody wants to roll hit dice to regain hit points, you're welcome to do so. And in fact, this is probably a good point to give you level 3
Yay!
because he was worth a pretty penny. That big honking snake in the basement was worth a pretty penny.
Is it okay if I wait to do the spells, though?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I have a plan for that.
Level 3, you guys. That's 3.
So-
By 3, you meant we gain 3 levels. That's what you just said. That's
So-
what I heard. Did everybody else hear that?
I heard
Yeah,
that.
I did.
I heard that.
Okay, great. Level 5.
Woo!
Awesome. This is where everybody gets silent because we've all switched over
So,
to D&D Beyond's character creator to switch our levels up. That's what's happening for the viewers watching at home.
And if anybody rolls a hit die and it's sort of less than half, then we can adjust it manually later.
Oh.
Because I've always been a fan of having just slightly better than average hit points for player characters because you guys are supposed to be heroes. And the
Yeah,
protagonists are
good.
That's
these.
a good DM.
We would be heroes.
But- You would be heroes. You would be heroes.
if we would stop piss robing people.
Oh, hey,
What do
We
you-
only did it the once.
I got more than half. Love when that happens.
That's good.
Sorry, Zach, I totally cut you off when you were saying something. I apologize.
So once we have done these things,
Huh?
so we're what's the plan once I mean, we need to get out of this building, obviously. We can't stay here right now. Do we think we can get to the inn or the stables or something to... Anybody?
Should be able to do so. Do you, Marcos and Zahana, since you know her, do you guys want to take your friend? Maybe Zanel can take up the front. You guys take her.
I don't
Malik
know
and I
her.
just have
From-
no.
from-
Zahana knows her, but you're strong and can help protect her. Malik and I just have something heavy to carry, and we should be at the back.
We can probably leave that here.
I'm
It's not going anywhere.
all the same. I feel like this is probably something we should take with us.
You've left other packages behind before.
Not as valuable. In
So
every
we're-
metricable way, not as valuable.
Bringing everything with us. The
Just
there's only so much we can carry.
right, which is why Malik's going to help me with this heavy package.
Yeah, but what about all the jade?
Pouch it as much as you can fit in your pouches. That we can come back for.
No. We bring that now.
Yeah,
Take
if we
as
can
much as you can.
if we can come back for anything, we can come back for that package as well.
I'm not trying to draw out the tension in front of the survivor. I'm not comfortable leaving this package here.
Hmm.
Well then, maybe we get her out of the temple, and then you can come right back for the package.
Definitely, you
'Cause
guys
if-
can feel free to
Because
go ahead.
Because if something comes up while we're leaving, and you drop the package and the package opens, you can understand how that might be a problem, right?
Sure.
Okay.
If there's something in the temple to cause that package to fall and break because of its fragility, that something could come and destroy the package here. Do you know what I'm saying? So
Like the-
all the same, I'd like it to come with us.
Okay. There were kobolds that we didn't get.
Right.
They're still potentially run into on the way out.
Or could come and get this package, which would be a much bigger problem for all of us.
They're small. They can't reach the door. We just lock it behind us. We have keys. How big are the chests in the other room?
I think you said 4 feet or something.
About a 4-foot chest.
Think the package could fit in the chest?
Logistically,
mean-
yes.
If you push pack it hard enough, pretty much anything will fit in the chest.
So we can put it in the chest, lock the chest.
And then bring
Yeah,
the
the chest
chest
has a false
with us,
bottom.
since it would have no chance
Magic.
of opening.
Watch as I make this chest disappear.
I am happy to
I
sit
cast
here.
Maul.
Why don't you guys go and take her out, and I will just hang out here with the package until somebody can come back for me.
I'm gonna begin to lead her out of the. Hopefully, with somebody with big armor in front or big
Yeah.
maul in front, but I'm gonna go to start to lead her out.
Zanelle definitely will go, and Ismene is truly happy to stay by herself if that's what needs to happen. She's not leaving the package.
Marcos will lead the way outside, I guess.
Hannah, what is this package you keep talking?
It's We'll tell you in a minute. We'll tell you once we get outside. We can talk about it more freely. How's that? Okay. We don't want if there's something else inside. We don't want that something inside to know what the package is. We got attacked several times getting here. We may have enemies that we're not able to clear. So, leading the art, I will slowly lead the way through, and or lead her. I'm assuming some.
Marcos has just been walking ahead of you.
Okay. So I'll try to keep up with Marcos so that he's in sight.
Zanelle will go. Malik, are you going?
Yeah, are we carrying a package?
We're gonna wait because there's concern about the package being delivered.
All right.
You can go if you want to. I'm staying here.
No, I'll stay here.
Okay, Doctor?
Oh,
He kind of looks around, like, what? Should I stay?
Feel free to
You
go,
can go.
Doctor.
DM Mike. When I come
Yeah.
around the corner, do I see this?
You see what?
4 kobolds in the corridor.
Oh, up there. Oh yeah, sorry, I
Yeah.
didn't
Yeah.
move them. They're not there.
Okay. Because I was like, I will
My bad.
absolutely take out my frustration at not being able to kill the priest on them, but I don't know if they're supposed to be there.
No, they are not there.
Okay.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is Marcos, Sahana, and Zanelle are taking the lady, the young woman, out. Is the doctor going with them?
He doesn't know what to do. He seems very confused. He doesn't really know why what is happening is happening.
Okay. While they're leaving, is the doctor going or not?
My answer still stands.
Okay. After they've been gone, like a good couple of minutes,
Uh-huh.
Izamina will pile all the stuff off of Abramo and say, "All right, Malik, fireman's carry, let's go."
All right.
And we'll be
What's a fireman?
firemen. There's fires, there's dragons, and dungeons, and fires.
Hi.
We'll be like 90 seconds behind them. Like, we're going to stay back so that they don't see us, but we're not going to totally split the party.
Took an entire
Rosenthal is still
minute.
visibly confused, but he like follows behind. He's just like, I don't know what happened. I tried, but I don't.
All right. So we a little bit of hastening, speaking of experience, everybody makes it out of the temple.
Awesome.
To where there's a great big mob waiting to drag us to see their serpent goddess.
Torches and pitchforks.
Rah, 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 rah.
Rabble, rabble, rabble.
Are you switching the map?
I will switch the map. No.
No,
Wow.
I need to know which map you're switching it to. Otherwise, everyone at
The
home
Orlean
will
map on the top.
continue watching the other
Yeah.
map.
So if we are able to proceed unconfronted, and Zahana will make any necessary perception checks needed along the way, I'm going to lead the girl back to the inn where there was that, gave us food and shelter late at night.
Right? As you walk, take this road.
Alwyn and his wife Belba.
Mm.
That sounds accurate.
The probably good people.
Possibly.
I have
As you're
my
heading
doubts.
towards the inn, which is over along that road straight, basically, keep going.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
As you get closer to the inn,
Oh boy.
wow, no trust. No
Yep.
trust there.
Yep. I mean, there's also trust, just not trust that anything good is coming.
The inn
She-
turns into a mimic.
She perks up and she sort of has this stunned, shocking, "Oh, Uncle Romney, I totally forgot." And she starts running
Following her.
straight along the road
Balls.
and yelling, "Uncle Romney, Uncle Romney!"
Her uncle is Mitt Romney. Is that what you're saying?
Ah, no.
I can't.
Poor girl.
Ramne, Romney. And she runs. Here we go.
Our money.
You can see.
Got a bad feeling about this.
Bigger just so you can see it. All right.
Ah.
And she starts running, but she runs straight past the inn
Oh boy.
into this little chunk of woods,
Oh boy.
yelling, "Uncle Romney, Uncle Romney!"
Oh no.
I mean, I'm still following.
I think we're all following. This is concerning.
Out.
This
Of-
is weird.
Let me just find what you can see. What's happening?
Oh no.
Let's go.
Oh no.
What's that? That? A bit bigger, so you can see him. Out of this little cottage, sort of stumping on a gnarled, twisted piece of wood that he's using more as a walking stick than anything, and it's very, very well used. The top of it is all burnished with his the oils from his hand, sort of thing. He's walking. It's like, oh, Sir Riley, and he starts sort of feebly trying to run, half run, sort of thing, and they run into each other and embrace. A big hug. Oh, I had thought I had lost you. And he looks up. You, who are you?
Just helpful
Have
strangers
we
passing
met?
through.
Little tears coming from his, washing into his beard. Very scraggly beard. He's sort of like this.
I'm from the same village as she is. Our farm was not far from her family's.
This guy is phenomenal. Steel trap. Sahana, you're the son of that druid woman. Yes, I remember you. Strapping lad. Spends too much time on the lake.
Oh, shots
Yes.
fired.
You're not wrong.
Always fishing, but always caught something. So that was always good of you.
Yeah.
Come. I'm just making tea. This is such a great day now.
Okay.
And he's basically patting her down, sort of thing. You're not hurt. You're... What happened? I need to know. Tell me everything. Come.
Yeah, and
Sort of
we'll
starts
go
scooping
inside.
up into his thing. It's a little tight. It's a little crampy, but not because there's lack of room space. It's more, he's got a great memory, but he's terrible at organizing. And he's not quite a hoarder, but his books are sort of in piles, and there's paper sticking out of the books, and then there's like dried herbs in one window, sort of thing, and there's just sort of like stuff in the kitchen that shouldn't be in the kitchen, and stuff in the living space that shouldn't be in the living space, sort of vice versa. There's like a pot on top of a pile of books, sort of thing. Just sort of absent-minded professor. Right. Who all goes in?
I'm gonna go in.
I will wait outside.
Yeah, I'm carrying the dude. I'm gonna stay outside.
I would have stopped Malik at the inn so that we could put a Brahmo with the brown
The other dude?
robed guy.
Sure.
And I'm not going to follow them. I want to talk to Alwyn and get him to start gathering citizens.
Doctor?
I'm gonna follow Izamina because that house just swallowed my friends. So.
Well, not all of them.
Buried under a pile of books.
Mimics.
Make me an Arcana check.
Me? I could
Yeah.
do that.
Oh boy.
13.
Yeah, you've seen this kind of thing before. He's eccentric. He's a weird, dotty old man. He's a wizard. You can sort of see sigils. You sort of look up. There's a sigils written above the door frame. There's, some of his books. Ye Old Treatise on Transmutation Magic, CKS, sort of thing.
So Rosenthal goes to follow Izamina, and then he does like a double take, and he's like,
I'll be over here.
Izamina, do you need any help
I'm good.
with that? Need like
I
an
need
alarm
it.
spell?
Um,
And he's taking steps back as he's saying it, like gently, like heading.
no, go. Feel free to do it. Could you just let Marcos know that I've got the package at the inn?
Tell Marcos.
Package at the inn.
Has
Package at the inn.
at inn. I think I can do that for you. And
Thanks.
he's at this point, he's like 20 feet away, like
Hi.
bye. And he walks towards the house, just like, yeah.
She starts
on.
beating feet towards the house.
And when
Freaking runs in there.
Pushes the Hana to the side, books it in. Yeah.
when he gets to Marcos, he's like, Ismina says there's an inn.
Yes.
Wait, no.
The package
The
says.
package is in the inn. Yeah, she's bringing the package to the inn.
Okay.
Package says that the inn is with Intamina.
Wait, what?
Thank you, Doctor.
And then he knocks on the door.
Come in. Come in.
Oh.
You and your little friend.
So, and I'll give him the rundown of the basics of what we were told of what happened to her, and ask if he is aware of anything, if he's heard from her parents.
No. But those damned brown robes have been all over this village. I've been trying to figure out a way to root them out, but I'm an old man.
Well, we've figured out. She helped us figure out where they are, so we think
Good.
we know where to find them,
Good.
so that we can do something about them
Good.
to put a stop to that.
Oh, it's about time someone was able to actually figure this thing out.
So, is there anything maybe you can tell us that might be
And he
useful?
strokes his beard. Never, basically, always. It's almost like he's got like one eye constantly on. Just to sort of make sure that she's like making sure she's still there, making sure she's safe, sort of thing. He says that basically doesn't tell you anything you don't already know. Brown robes have been here. They've appeared slowly. No one really noticed. No one's going to really listen to an eccentric hermit anyway. But they been a number of months, and slowly one household after another appeared, and then two.
Yeah, that's about
Either move away or disappear briefly and come back changed.
that's kind of what we've been figuring out too. Have you seen any like weird snake sculptures or anything like that, or shrines or anything at anybody's?
Snakes? No.
No. Okay. We found a couple.
Just those damn brown robes.
Yeah.
What about troglodytes?
It's an oddly
No.
specific question.
Gulls, kobolds.
No. Just that the villagers have been disappearing and then coming back changed. Not coming back at all.
We run into some instances where there's been some creature involvement that may be connected to the brown robes in some way. Look, maybe there's something you can do to help us out.
What can I do?
To help. So, what's
I'm
left
not-
of her?
I'm not a great wizard, but what I have, I can help you with.
What are the chances you have a horse?
No. My old hip.
Ah,
He wouldn't let me on a horse anymore.
you know who to talk to in the village so that I can get one, because she still has other family members back in our village that I have to get her back to. So if you can do that for us so that I can get her back, then the rest of my party can go on and handle this instead of us all having to travel together for safety to get to bring her home. Is that something you can arrange?
I was sort of staring off into the distance. What? Sorry? You! Oh, shoo. Don't be playing with that. And he's sort of like waving his hand over at a book.
At a book,
And you
or
see an open book, but nothing else.
I'm gonna look to Dr. Rosenthal. He's one of you. Maybe you can explain it to him that if I can get a horse to take her home, that everybody else can move on and handle the brown robes.
I just want you to know we don't have like a secret language, but I'll try.
You have a different way of understanding than I do, and maybe you share that connection with him.
Ooh-day. Ooh-yay. Okay.
Rosenthal's gonna walk over to the open book, and make like a scooping motion, and just like take just a quick look at what like the book is about. Like a word or two.
Give me an Arcana check.
I'm very good at those, folks.
Behold,
I'm
the
not very
moment
good at
that
those, folks. That's a 10.
That's enough. Yeah, these are spells. This is a spell book.
So what we do is we thump the old man over the head.
I got it.
And
He's
then
like
we have a spell book.
the old guy is like into Dunamancy, so he saw like 5 minutes in the future, and he was shooing Rosenthal away from the book.
I would not trust Rosenthal with Dunamancy. We
That
do
would be
not need
amazing.
we do not need a graviturge.
Okay, for the longest time when I was
thaumaturge.
watching Critical Role, I thought they were saying dudomancy, so I thought it was like this
Dudomancy.
study of the dude. Like the
It might
carpet,
Divides.
the spell of
might
the
be
carpet really ties the
dodomancy.
room together.
Could be Dodomancy.
Well, like, that's just your opinion, man.
Just turns you
One
into
level
the
spell.
dude eventually.
Rosenthal,
Walking around in a robe.
It basically it's what every wizard does.
The dude. Yeah. All right.
Rosenthal turns to the guy whose name I will never remember.
Mitt Romney.
Uncle Romney.
Romney. That way you can separate it a little bit. To be fair,
Fra-
this was written probably before Mitt Romney was born. But anyway,
Frankenstein.
nice.
And he says, so some weird shit's been going down, clearly, but you're a man of wisdom and intelligence, and you definitely understand that my friend here, Anna, would really like to take her to.
Oh yes, you have to take her home. Her parents will be worried sick.
Yeah, we're just looking for a horse or somebody to go ask for a horse. Is there anything like within reach right now? Or if you could help us finance a horse, we're all a little broke
Just-
at the moment.
Tell me who to talk to find a horse.
just over the way. Talk to Olwen.
Thank you.
All right.
He will be definitely. He knows. He knows I've been looking and watching. Damn brown robes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, and he looks at Zahana like, we just go talk to the guy.
Yeah,
on the street."
yeah. All right. Oh, you might when the Browners attacked, the doctor here lost a book. Uncle Romney, you wouldn't happen to have a book that Dr. Rosenthal can take with to study while we're. I'm sure Dr. Rosenthal will bring it back. You don't happen to one that they could borrow or anything, do you? It was.
Oh, anything. Anything, really. Any book. All of the books. Any of the books. One of the books. 10 of the books.
He really just needs something to read.
I really like to read. You understand, right? The
I
reading,
feel like
the
you're
knowledge.
alluding to something. Why don't you just out and say?
This
You young people
very
in your
nice book right here. And he
my
points
spell
to-
book. Yes.
Yoink.
Sleight of hand.
Are you asking to read my spell? Is that what
if
you are
you wouldn't
asking?
mind.
Make me persuade.
Well, you should look behind
Make it
your
with
ear.
advantage.
Is this your spell book?
Okay,
Got your
see.
spell book. Yeah. Did you roll with advantage? You rolled a 5. With advantage?
With advantage?
Rahina
come on.
4, yeah.
Wow. Dang.
Um,
Ah.
Behind me, the hut just bursts into flames with you all inside it.
You cannot take my book, but you may read it.
all right.
Well,
Well, I'll go talk to Alwyn. You can stay here, and I'll let the others know
some
what the plan
questions.
is.
So, yeah.
Um,
yeah. I'll-
So yeah, you can read. You can stay here, read. You two can chat. I'm sure there's plenty the two of you can think of that would interest each other. And I will, and I'm gonna lead her out of the hut and head over to the inn to talk to Owen to
Cool.
talk to a man about a horse.
I've wandered in the direction of the inn.
You off with it. What?
I've wandered off in the direction of the inn, so
Yep.
I've gone to rejoin Izumina.
That's when
So
Rosenthal
Izumina-
pulls out a cell phone.
and-
Flip, click, flip, click, flip, click.
I have a fancy quill that will help.
That you do. And this will take
Oh,
very
no.
little time.
You're just stealing all of his spells.
Damn scribes.
The money is going to be the problem.
Now, the question was, and I don't remember. Let me- how does that work in terms of
I think it's
higher level spells?
I think it's like 50 gold plus 2 something hours per level.
Yeah, but I have a special ability.
Yeah, is
I can
He
copy
writes
spells
fast.
in 2 minutes.
This is welcome to some time. No offensive time. Oh yeah, when you cast a wizard spell as a ritual, you can use the spell's normal casting time rather than adding 10 minutes. Don't forget that. So your rituals of 10 minutes don't. They're like an action.
Oh.
You can use your
That's-
spellbook itself as a focus.
That's
And when
pretty
you
epic
cast a
in
wizard
battle.
spell with a spell slot, here's the best part. You can temporarily replace the damage type of any spell with a type that appears in another spell in your spellbook, altering the spell's formula for this casting only. and then the latter spell must be of the same level of the spell slot you expend. So if you cast a spell, say Magic Missile, which is force damage, if you have another spell in your spell book that does lightning damage, you can cast and choose to cast, if so long as both spells are the same level, or you have a spell in your spell book of the level of the spell slot that you're casting to, you can cast a Magic Missile that does lightning damage.
That's
It's
epic.
broken.
That is
it's
that is
absolutely broken.
awesome, is what that is. So we need to find Dr. Rosenthal as many different damage type spells as we can find.
Spell book, 2 minutes per spell level if you use the quill for the transfer. So, however, the
That's really cool.
spells. Now, while everyone else is doing, Izumina was taking the dude and trussing him up in the.
So Izumina would have gone in, had Malik stay outside, and just said, "Hey, can I get into that other room? We have another prisoner that we'd like to just settle in there, and we want to go check on Piss Robes, and then I need you to start gathering people." And so by the time that Zahana gets there, for narrative's sake, by the time that Zahana gets there, Malik and I will be in this other room, like waiting for villagers to start getting together so that Zahana can talk to Alwyn about the horse.
Fair.
I mean, so yeah, I'm just gonna ask him about a horse.
Alwyn is there. There's a few villagers in there. My friends, go back. What news?
Is this for?
Hey, wait. And he pours you a mug. Flagon. Put one on the counter. Where's another one? How many of you are in the inn? 3, I think?
Malik, Izumina.
Malik and Issa are in a different part.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
there's 2 of you.
And Marcos.
Yeah. Well, I'm not sure the child can have a flagon of mead, but it's a very kind offer.
And she kind of slaps you in the arm and takes a mug and starts drinking it, sort of glaring at you to try to take it back.
So I'm gonna need a horse.
Apparently, Greyhawk is in Germany.
Is that something you can help?
And they all speak Zemnian.
Is that something you can help me out with? Is acquiring a horse?
Absolutely.
All right.
What do you think? I mean, there's still horses down in the stablers, I think. Someone should be.
There's
No,
some.
you can just borrow one of them. That's fine.
Okay.
We got it.
All right. I just need one. And I'm gonna look at Marcos and be like, so I'm gonna get her home so that the rest of us, you can go on, and that way, you can help put a stop to this, so I can make sure she gets back to where she needs to be.
Of course.
All right. With that, after getting a meal in, I will bring her to the stable, and we will ride off.
Cool. Everyone else? The only difficulty with Rosenthal is the price. The copying of the spell is fine. I will actually send you a list of spells if you want to choose from them. But he will take, I mean, just for the sake of the fact that, ink doesn't grow on trees, that sort of thing. If you have any kind of possible reference, I mean, you've saved my niece. Fantastic. And I appreciate that. I just want to make sure that, I don't have to leave and...
He's not gonna take fireball. Okay, we've already talked about this.
For the
No
viewers at
fireball.
home, Malik, Steve over there, and Zev are in our private chat trying to convince Jackie to take
Take
fireball.
fireball. Now, let me explain, right? Rosenthal loves books. Fire, not good for books. Not taking fireball.
Counterpoint.
Not casting fire magic.
If you tattoo the spells on Malik's back because you're hiding behind him anyway, he is fire resistant.
I mean,
Yes, cast LSD ball.
So,
All right.
Mike, you're gonna send Jackie some spells that she can that
I will
doctor
be doing that.
that he
Yep.
can choose from.
The doctor can choose from.
The good doctor.
And Zahana has just left.
Yes.
Zahana is
Riding
decided to
away.
fight
If-
off.
Go home in the castle.
Yeah. If Izamina sees him taking off with the girl, she's gonna be like, "Where is he going? Why isn't
Yeah, he would have.
gonna
He would
stay
have come
with
by
us?"
actually to the area you guys are trussing up the individual, the package, and basically prepared a horse. Get the riding thing, harness,
Saddle.
saddle. Thank you. My
Saddle.
God. The saddle off the wall. Trim the horse, sort of thing. Put the saddle blanket down, that sort of thing. But prep it for riding. Essentially.
He would have made
Izamina will just
haste.
pop her head out and go, do you think she'll want to be here for the I can't think of any more things that have to do with the package. Do you think she'll want to be here for the trial or not?
Needs to get home.
And should we wait for you to come back?
You should go and deal with the people who did this.
Okay.
The more time that it takes if you sit here and try him, that means the more chance that they have to get away with this again.
Okay.
You've got the map. Go to where they are and stop them. Get more evidence for the trial.
Mm.
Whatever you
Well-
need to do, make sure this doesn't happen again.
Okay. We'll leave some word as to where we're going, and if you can come and join us, please do.
Will do.
And then she'll go back in with Malik. Well, she'll knock on the window and try and get Marcos's attention and be like, "Come here. Come over here."
Walk over to her.
Somebody's
told-
gonna get the mom talking to.
Alwyn, mom voice. No, I've told Alwyn to gather the villagers. If you could just keep them in that room, and when they get there, we can do this, and you can do what you want to do. Okay? They
You're
just have a right
wasting
to know.
time.
Sure, but they still have a right to know.
As you will.
Thank
And
you.
Marcos will put himself at the door between the common room where everyone's gathering and the room where the prisoners are, and he's just staying there. Shield is on his back now, but he's holding his spear kind of in two hands with its butt planted on the ground in front of him.
And that's where we are.
Yep.
Seems like a good spot.
So Malik is
In the storage room with me and the package and
Storage.
piss robes.
okay. And what are you doing with them?
We're waiting for all of the villagers that Alwyn feels are like responsible villagers to assemble so that we can present evidence and they can decide what justice they want meted out.
When you mention that to Alwyn, he thinks about it for a minute. I admire the intent, but we don't know who to trust. So if we were to hold some sort of tribunal with any kind of barrister or any kind of official trial, if we hold it trial by peers or any kind of villagers' decision, it could go badly in our favor because they might just say that he has no. They might be loyal to him, not us.
Yeah, that's not what I'm suggesting. And I'll just tap my pen and I'll go, I'm from the Amber Confession. I'm fully qualified to lead this and to be the confessor for this. So I'm happy to do that. And Angerhorns over here, and I'll point at Marcos, can handle what's coming on the other side of this. We just want you guys to know what we're doing on your behalf. Shush, shush. What would you prefer me to call you then, Marcos? Angerhorns or shush, shush?
Angerhorns.
Like she will look genuinely perplexed that he would consider having some kind of citizen tribunal when the confessor is here.
What good would it do?
People
other than
the
immediate punishment of the crimes of the individual? How does this get our villagers back?
Yeah, the immediate punishment and justice of the people is not nothing, but also it's a good way to possibly root out if there are sympathizers. And also, it's just the starting point. We need to deal with these guys so that we can go and find who we expect to be giving orders to this one. This guy was just middle management.
I don't
We're going to
think
deal
we
with
should
him, and
tell
then we
the
want to deal
villagers.
with. I do. Villagers have a right. You guys all have a right to know what's been happening to your people.
Absolutely, but we don't know who is allied to him or who isn't. If we show our hand by revealing to them that the priest was theirs, they already know if they're already allied with him. That will force them underground.
There's a poll in the chat.
Or force them to show their loyalty now. And again, Angerhorns, he's real good at this.
What if it backfires?
Nothing has backfired yet.
I think justice should be swift, but silent in this case. I don't, until we've routed out the actual true evil of this, he's a pawn like anyone else. And I don't think, I mean, you do as you will, you are the arbiter, but I don't think that giving the rest of the villagers who might be already allied with him a heads up would go well this time.
Well, then, how about this? You determine even a handful of villagers who you think are good, honest, truthful citizens. And again, this is not necessarily a trial. We are going to present the evidence of guilt that we have found. We're not looking for input. We just need you guys to know what's been happening.
We know what's been happening. He's been very informative. He helped us fill in the blanks. We know he's done wrong. We know he's guilty. We could decide his fate now.
And with a few
I
more
just
people,
don't feel like I don't know enough villagers to trust him. In that sense. I don't know who's been taken by this force and who hasn't. The only ones I know for certain is Romney, because he's such a curmudgeonly old coot that he would refuse to. There's no reason he would. Beyond that, I haven't ventured out long enough or inquired enough to tip my hats that I'm not.
okay, I as a player am confused because when we asked him the other day after we were all attacked, and he was like, no, nothing like this has ever happened before. And now all of a sudden he's like, oh yeah, we've known all along. Like,
No, he doesn't.
am I?
That's just it. Nothing's happened like this. They don't know who's bad.
Right.
He literally has his own little bubble of his own in, and then possibly outside it a little bit, but he doesn't know the tailor. He doesn't know the blacksmith that well. They come in possibly for meals. Beyond that, he doesn't know enough to
You're
make a
the
judgment
first-
call as to whether or not.
You're the first person to confirm Romney's conspiracy about the brown robes. So he's not sure what's going on. And the point is that if you tell the people what's happening, he doesn't trust the people with that knowledge.
He doesn't know who to trust,
Sure.
other than
I-
Romney.
Yeah. Okay.
Possibly
If
not.
that's what you're trying to say, Mike, then I did
Yeah.
understand. And it goes against Isamina's order of faith to not be transparent and to keep this stuff secret and to mete
Fair.
out justice of this level. So I'm
But it's
willing to
not-
just,
It's not really secret, though.
yeah, but it's not
The secret-
transparent.
The secret is you know where they are and where to find them. And so you're gonna tell them that you're gonna go after them. His point is that you're about to tell the people you're going after that you're coming after them. We don't know which one of those they are.
And using that guy as an example.
Isamina
I
doesn't
mean-
see that as a problem.
Okay. And there's
Nope.
how many
Isamina's not a
villagers-
tactician. She's not a soldier. She's a cleric. She's
Fair enough.
a judge. She's not a soldier. So yeah, this is
All right.
where she's coming from. But I'm
I
willing to
can-
hold it because we are way over time, and I
sure.
feel like this could go round and around.
Fair enough. He basically
Let's keep it for a
exhales.
while.
Okay. Well, I guess I could canvass the town. See what we can see. Provide your witnesses to this event. Inform the town. I just have a bad feeling.
I can appreciate that.
Anybody else that we missed? Rosenthal, Malik is there. There. Zahana is packing up and ready to go. You said your piece. Everything works. Cool. I think this is probably a good point then to close it up. I'll basically say that agrees to say mid-afternoon. I actually don't remember what time exactly it is. And so Owen agrees to go around the town and have everyone assemble for just past, I guess, dinner time, or a meeting at the inn of some import. And we'll see who shows up next week.
Okay.
All right, so let's call it here and do a quick vibe check. Everybody's okay? Good. And then let's break it down, and we will start with Zach.
Hello, I am Zachary Naldra, he, him. Can be found on the Twitters at Zach Rules. It's going to say my name somewhere below in this general vicinity at some point. This is going to be Zahana's last day with the party. So he is... I am potentially going to be at some point in the future, possibly as soon as next week, starting to stream on Onyx Path's channel for their next Kickstarter, Squeaks in the Deep. Still waiting on a final word on when that is actually starting. If you want to see me before then, I will be on Warple Tales Saturday night playing Werewolf the Apocalypse.
Werewolf the Vampire.
There might be vampires. We don't know yet. We're
Noun
just
the
cubs.
verbing.
Or is it verb the nouning?
And Jackie. You're muted.
Hello, Jacqueline, she, her. You can find me on Twitter at it's gingivitis7. You can also find me on Twitch at it's Drakelia. I do a lot of things. If you want to talk, Twitter's the best way. But yeah, happy Pride Month. Almost there.
I was doing so well with your name. I got it right. First try last time. It only took 2 this time.
That's
And
okay.
Zev.
Hey everyone, I'm Zev. You can find me at Vukari Gaming on Twitter and YouTube. Also every other weekend over at 5 Foot Square playing Lancer.
Sarah.
Hi, everybody. I'm Sarah, she, her. I play Izamina, the hard-headed, sometimes cleric in search of justice and truth here on Would Be Heroes. And in just 2.5 weeks, I will be the DM for Lost Mines of Phandelver campaign that we are playing here with some newbies to D&D and some very mature players to D&D. And I'm really excited about that. So you can join us in just a couple of weeks for that. And happy Pride Month.
Steve.
And I'm Steve. You would know me as Storyteller Steve. This week we're doing something a little different with the Saturday Takeover for Vampire. We're doing a one-shot from Martlet Games as the first slot, where adjacent would be we're doing a regular vampire game, which is Delve into Darkness, and then we're going to raid into Rolling D's20s yet again with, I believe they're playing something different. Last week it was big motherfucking crab truckers. I don't know what it is. It was like zombie apocalypse, crabs.
It was amazing.
Only with crabs.
It was great. They just smashed a whole bunch of words together, kind of like Vampire the Masquerade, and it was just crabs driving trucks and zombies. So yeah, if you want, you can go to our... Oh, we lost somebody.
We lost Jackie.
Someone's internet is not behaving.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna finish up, even though you can sort of see me, kind of a little bit. Go to the Patreon, and you can get a whole bunch of our bonus content for Vampire and for a bunch of other shows. And all of the money that we raise via Patreon, we give right back to all of these folks, and all of the players get some, and we buy new equipment if people need it, and we help out everybody that we can. So, yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Gonna
I was
see
your
if
DM.
Hold on. I'm going to see if I can readjust you as soon as I can find you.
Am I not the DM?
No, you're not. Sarah's half the DM
Oh.
right now.
Wow.
Yeah,
I mean, taking over already? That's fine. That's fine.
that's
Already
right.
called me
I mean,
old, so yeah, that's fine.
I did not. I very specifically
You
did
said
not, friendo.
mature.
Mature.
Oh, that
All
broke
right.
everything. All right, yeah, I can't really fix that.
That's okay. Everybody knows who I am by now, hopefully. If you don't, shame on you. DM Mike. Him, you can catch my pre and post COVID adventures at Canadian Captain America or CDN Captain America on Twitter. You can catch me Saturdays where I'm playing Vampire the Masquerade with Steve as a storyteller. You can catch me tonight, Tuesdays, every Tuesday, playing D&D, DMing for this group of would-be heroes. Sundays, as Sarah said, I will be playing in a D&D game, The Lost Mines of Phandelver, 2 p.m. PST, And in the Patreon of the Vancouver by Night Twitch stream, there also will be, at some point, a wild little crossover of the vampire characters that are on Saturday. The Delve into Darkness crew are going to be playing Dungeons and Dragons. So, a little bit of meta event there. That will be, I don't know if it's on the Patreon or we're just going to film it and just let it go.
I don't even know.
Or release it into the wild. But I don't even know
Probably
if it would
both.
work. But if you thought I was a sleazy DM now, just wait until you see
Mordecai is
Mordecai
DM.
running it, a dungeon, and dragons. Emphasis on the dungeon. But never mind. This is a PG-13 game. You're not allowed to watch it if you're under 18. So, beyond that, time for us to raid somebody.
Guess
And
who?
we're heading over to Weedley.
Oh yeah, always. They're
All
awesome
right.
people.
I also want to say it has been great working with Zach. And we hope you have all the fun and on its path. And you're welcome here back anytime, which is why I didn't tell you care. I mean, what?
Zach,
I mean,
because the camera's kind of messed up, can you do that like a little over?
Wait, which side? This side or?
No, the other
Just
way.
gotta get the,
That way.
He's gotta get the whole thing so that
little
I'm
further, little
looking through
further,
the
little
heart.
further. That way. That. Yep. Perfect.
Just pull an Ashley Johnson and come back in like 2 months.
exactly. Right? You can sort of just phone it in.
I do not know
put
that
you on, like-
reference. But
It's
okay.
it's a Critical Role reference.
All right.
I,
We'll see what happens.
I understood that reference.
All right. I'm going to initiate the raid.
Making a reference about
All
a
right.
reference.
Let's do it.
Bye,
Bye.
everybody.
Have a wonderful
We'll see everybody next
time.
week.
And we are. And out.